Excuses, excuses.
Learn how we started last time.
My notes are probably not detailed enough for a long enough.
Excuses, excuses, excuses. Every goddamn week. Really shame.
You're on our sixth
Yeah,
session. In the Eternium, sorry.
my dog actually ate my digital notes.
Oh.
He
I'm gonna
just,
start doing a rotation and making everybody do it.
duh. I wrote down who's been doing them and, until it was only two people doing them. Then I just started writing it, stopped writing it. Like the first 10 sessions I have, who did them? We had, I think, like four people do it at that time. So
Yeah. It's
I
fine.
I can try,
Uh,
but it won't be too good. I mean, you may not get the
that's
inspiration.
fine. That's fine. I'll just run through real quick.
Okay, sorry.
Um, no, it's good. Um, long story short, you guys did a little bit of planning, got everything ready. Um, gathered up a couple of people, got back in touch with the Saba, and then had a small little siege on the Wizard's Tower. Lost a bunch of people, but successfully killed the Archmagos and a lot of his circle. With the last minute aid of a couple of different creatures, but
Excuses. Learn how we started last time.
my
in
notes are
doing so,
probably
you
not
guys realize that
detailed.
killing all of those people is kind of what they
Learn how we started
wanted you to
last.
do, and that you guys had kind of done most of the work for these creatures. Um, it told you that you guys were set to be essentially a new set of servants, and then it told you that in about 24 hours the city was going to get essentially swallowed whole, and it was up to you guys to figure out if you were going to die with it or come kneel. You've left the Wizard's Tower. You have a little over half of your forces, probably close to half, that did not die or were injured in that battle. And as of now, you guys have about 24 hours left in the city before whatever those creatures do, they're gonna do. Um, you guys have the time to take a long rest if you want, like we talked about. So that'll be 6 hours of time. But other than that, this session will be just a lot of individual planning, getting things together, doing little stuff here and there. So we'll pick back up as you guys have left the Wizard's Tower. You guys have headed back towards the Temple slash Sorcerer's Academy, kind of. You guys kind of have a network of different um, kind of humanitarian buildings right now where people and soldiers are hiding out and getting ready for whatever comes next. But this session, not too much crazy story stuff is going to happen. As people are in and out and busy and all that stuff. So a lot of it's going to be, this is going to be for your individual characters to do things that they want to do. So I will let you guys take over. Won't be a super long session either. But this is basically for you guys to have a little bit of extra prep time above everyone else because you showed up this week. So anything your characters want to do, anything you want to make, any people you want to talk to, any things you want to set up, this will be the session to do it.
Okay. I had some ideas actually.
Sure. So yeah, I'm gonna hand it over to you guys. You guys can be really in any of the buildings. You guys can be in Asila's lab. You can be in Euryxus's or Neris and Masiri's temple. All of those buildings are kind of close enough and connected at this point where they're all kind of a network where all of your forces are set up.
I want to. I'll tell the group that we need to rest, pretty much, and that's like what I plan to do, and that we'll meet back up after 6 to 7 hours of like resting and stuff, and we can all do our individual things.
Yeah.
And then I
The end of
want.
the last session, y'all had ended. If y'all, I gave y'all a choice if you had wanted to take a long rest at the end of the last session.
Okay, yeah.
I think we did, because I feel like I remember my health being a bit lower and it's at max right now.
Yeah, I think I did.
That's what I told everyone at the end. Is that if you wanted to take a long rest, you could. So
Then, I wanna. Can I long rest at my? Oh, yeah, I long rested then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can I long rest at my temple? Would that be too much to ask?
I mean, you can. It won't really affect much right now, but you can.
Yeah. Because I wanna do stuff there. So if I could wake up and do that.
Do you need to long rest?
Yeah, I use like my 9th level spell and stuff like that. So, well, I only need use 4 because I have trance. So technically, I only need 4 hours. But yeah.
That's fine. All the little stuff like that, I'm not super worried about. Everybody gets a long rest and everything like that. It's again, this is more of just the individual things you guys want to do within reason, things that are actually manageable with the amount of people you have left.
I want to go to my temple and like gather as many of my personnel as possible.
They're with you. There were no way any of them stayed.
Oh,
Half
okay,
of them, all the assigned ones, went to escape with the innocent people who are now gone, and then the rest of them were at the fight with you. A bunch of them died, but all that are left are still with you.
Okay, then I will gather them all and take them into like just a chamber where I can like speak to them all and we can all rest and have our rations. And
I'm not gonna lie to you. Temple's in bad shape. You got like one room left.
Oh yeah, because the Kraken, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of these buildings have taken structural damage.
Isha, is there a place in the sewers near here where I can take my people and we can rest and stuff? Is there like a room somewhere?
Did my temple stay a little bit stronger? Because I
all of the
used,
buildings in this area have structural damage.
Okay.
Are we doing this and then long resting?
Well, I was gonna take my people like separately so I can plan and do whatever I need to do.
I can hold on. I can zip out a options. I'll pop Magnificent Mansion because I never pulled my 7th level slot, so that his people have like a actual good place to rest.
Well, technically, the mansion can hold as many people as you want. There's no limit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna burn the slot and then I'll go to the Stinky Palace and go take my nap.
Well, I'm saying you may not have to. The spell wording, the spell wording for the mansion.
It's kind of weird, and I'm not super good at wizard.
You can make a. There's a banquet that feeds up to 100 people, and it's a 50,000 square foot mansion, so you can fit quite a few people in there.
Okay, then yeah. I'll pop a mansion for the boys.
Yeah. So tell me what it looks like. Tell me what your mansion looks like.
Because it's, if everybody's gonna go, it'll be kind of cathedral-ish, but have different sections of themes to it, so that everybody kind of has like a little welcomed section of it to go pray or go do monk stuff or whatever everybody wants to do.
That's fine.
Oh yeah.
So Isha throws up a kind of large green shimmering door, and ushers a lot of the refugees that remain, or rather injured and stuff, soldiers that are no longer able to fight, has them motion in there. Anybody who needs food can go in there, and you guys kind of, in addition to the buildings, you have a base for people who would be in much more danger if they were just laying around.
Hell yeah.
So you have that up.
Is all the disease gone?
Hmm?
Or like the diseases and like plagues in the air? Are they all gone? No.
Mm-mm.
I guess he left that before he died.
I think it's one of those things where you look at it and like you see it as the sicknesses are not something that he was summoning to or creating. It was something he was containing that is now out.
Okay.
These are not things that like he made to hurt people. These are sicknesses that already existed that were put inside of him so that they couldn't hurt other people.
So it's more of like an iron flask kind of thing.
Exactly. It's like he's like kind of like a metal container but full of boiling water. Like it's harmful to him but not necessarily other people unless they touch him.
Got it.
Well, I guess while my soldiers are resting and stuff, I want to like gather all of them into one room. Like he said, I have like a prayer room, kind of melded or
Yeah, you won't be able to do stuff with them while they rest. That will interrupt their rest.
even if I'm like speaking to them or anything.
Yeah, anything that's like if you're planning with them, it's the same thing I had for you guys. It's I mean if they're gonna rest, they gotta sleep.
Okay, then yeah, I'll let them rest then.
Got it.
Same thing I want to do. Prepare. I want.
They also
to-
just fought for a good while, so
Yeah. I want to. I remember I made sure I transcribed Rick's speech, like his last broadcast. I made
you
sure
had
to
sent
write
that off
down.
with some of the
Oh,
clerics.
I would have. Okay, then yeah, sick. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
I
what you
would've
told me.
wanted to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure that was done. That way, that stays
Yeah.
kind of in history.
Now you sent off a transcript with one of the younger clerics that you sent with the refugees.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, man. What else did I want to do? Oh, I wanted to try to pray to. Oh, what was his name again? Big Daddy.
Yeah, real forgettable guy.
I'm sorry.
He's got a bunch of names and you can't even remember one. That's
No,
what gets me.
When Rick fought in the war, he fought on the side of the Raven Queen, right?
Yeah, she was a human at the time.
Would that mean that he is potentially also a follower, like religiously, or?
I think that's kind of up to Rick. I don't necessarily think.
No, that's Gabe.
I think it's a weird thing for Rick, same as it would be for like Neris and not so much Masiri because he's her champion, but like in addition to this now being a god, like there's also a person that you guys knew.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird thing. Like I'm sure there's some recognition
No,
of her
it's
divinity
different. It's
for
the dude
Rick,
we
but at
just
the
met.
same time you view her more as like
Surtur.
an old friend that you knew for a long time as
Mhm.
opposed to just a god.
'Cause I was wondering if Rick would pray to the Raven Queen, even if it's just more like
I mean, yeah, even if it's just like talking to an old friend, yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
have that ability. Yeah, because you guys, again, she was a normal person, for part of some of your lives.
Of course I don't.
That was just something that's kind of been on
Yeah.
my mind for a bit.
For sure, for sure. Ethan, you can call him a bunch of names. Anum, Agara, Prometheus, Io is technically another one.
It was Agara, right?
Agara, yeah, that's the name that he goes by.
That's what he
but-
announced himself to me as. So that's like
Yeah.
what I would know him as.
But
technically.
in the mythology, there's a lot of different people that he was, right? Like Anum, who created the giants, who were the first primordial beings, like Surtur and stuff. So like Surtur's not a god, right? Like he's not an actual god. The giant gods are primordials, technically,
Okay.
and all of them are. But on the same side, he's also known in like a god form as Agara, and then also his two halves. Another thing is in the greater D&D cosmology. There's also Io, who is the god of gods. His domain is other gods. That's something he's known by. And then also Prometheus, the guy who stole fire for humanity.
And he's the one where you sent me that lore doc, right? The Allfather. animal of the
Yeah, that's part of his lore. The Agra lore is much more extensive than that, but that's his lore pertaining to giants.
Okay. Then I want to see if I can reach out to him again. I mean,
No, I just want to say you just talked to him like not that long ago.
oh yeah, I guess I did.
It was very short.
For Ethan, it was a week ago, so I
Yeah.
guess I forget.
Because
I haven't even tested out. the new
Yeah, so your
stuff.
hammer looks a bit different now.
Okay.
And instead of being lined with like lava, the fire is white.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Shit. Yeah, I was reading this earlier too.
Ooh.
And Divine Smite? Fuck yeah. Wait, what's the difference between Divine Smite and Divine Strike? One's radiant, one's fire?
No. Divine Might and Divine Strike are passives that you can just apply to attacks. Divine Smite, you are Divine Smite is the paladin ability where it's 2d8 per spell level radiant damage. You can pump spell levels into it.
Oh. Okay.
It
So
goes
I
up to
just-
level 5.
Holy shit, so I could do both.
Yeah, one of those is just when you hit an attack, it's a passive. You can say this applies to this creature,
Mhm.
but then if you want to use a spell slot on an attack, you can burn. I think a first level is 2d8, and then every level raises it by 1d8 of radiant damage for
Yeah,
Divine
because I
Smite.
could do Blessed Strikes, Divine Strike, and Divine Smite.
Yep. It's kind of how paladins and clerics work at a high level.
Oh, shit.
I am considering going and trying to talk to the Raven Queen.
Do
You
it.
may not get an answer, but you can say a prayer if you want.
True.
I could guide you.
Thinking about it. Trying to think of what I would say. I've got some ideas.
Oh wait, you want low, right? You don't want good.
Huh?
Nothing. I don't know how to prepare for dying. I don't know if it's like we want to fight and win and then die, or like I don't. This is such a hard situation.
It's cute that you think that dying is the end.
Yeah, sure.
That is cute.
Yeah, well. Damn, I never thought of that, I guess. Well, like to an extent, I guess. Because my
I
thing
mean,
is like, I
yeah,
can't
you've
get out.
all put together. You've all put together. None of these characters live physically,
Yeah.
but that does not mean that their stories are over after this.
Because I know we can't get out because we're still carrying the disease from Vanilla, the Godslayer disease, right? Or
Mhm.
whatever disease it was. I don't know if it's that
All of
exact
you are
one.
infected with a few different things that
Yeah.
you can't.
Even
yeah.
past my 9th level mass heal. So I got rid of AIDS, but I didn't get rid of anything
Sure,
else.
you cured cancer, but not this.
Yeah, my bad, guys. I tried.
It's all good.
Yeah, because I was thinking like gate. I could, like, if I long rest, I could change that. I could do like all the other stuff, but there's no really getting out of it because we're diseased, so we would just be spreading it. So the best thing to do is fight here, do what we can, do what damage we can until the end, and unless like a
Maybe there
path
was
opens
more.
for us, yeah.
Maybe there's more meaning to that hourglass riddle from earlier. Maybe that represents us.
2 bodies in one. The longer I stand, the faster I run.
Well, I was more so saying that we're now on time. We don't have much time left. It's like an hourglass.
Oh. I see, says
The
the
sa-
blind man.
with the sand slowly creeping into the bottom.
Hmm. So what we need to do is flip it again. Give us more time.
It's not possible. It's been bolted down now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
What we do is we turn the entire tower upside down.
Oh. Okay, so we're in a flying city right now. If we do a quick
The whole
barrel
city
roll,
upside down.
Yeah, if we do a barrel roll,
Hear me out.
we'll
No,
get more
Flip the whole
time,
thing.
and then
You just like shake a bunch of demons out onto the world.
You know, I've known all you guys for a really long time, but I'm starting to think maybe you don't understand metaphors.
What
It's
about
very
meta-fives?
possible.
Okay, now let's think inside the box.
It's like a black
Maybe the
pepper
sickness is
shaker of
getting to your
demons.
brain.
I think it is getting to my brain.
Think inside the hourglass.
Think inside the hourglass.
Become the grain of sand.
Become the glass. Okay. I like where this is going. I don't know what to plan, man. That suck. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
He's with Malkador.
I get myself up.
Yeah, I'm a big dumb idiot, man.
He's Estog's down in the lab with Malkador.
Oh god. Still don't go with the lanterns for.
Is
You literally
I know.
saw
I
it.
know, I know. Above game, I know what
Oh,
it's for. It's for the iron
uh,
stones and stuff. Yeah, but
Yeah.
but in game, I just saw stones come out. I'm still fucking confused.
You're a 20th level. You know what an iron
would-
stone is.
I would. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
I get it now.
I've just remembered.
I
I
understand
just
now.
now remembered.
I said, I understand now.
Oh, okay. I understand it now.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I get it.
This really must be some powerful diseases we're handling with right now.
Yeah, short-term memory loss.
What?
Something.
Yeah, see, you already forgot.
For
Must
context,
also affect
Malkador has 5 artifact level ion stones that all do different things.
How many are there total? Oh, they all, like,
I think
Homebird or whatever.
I think as far as the artifact versions, there's only like 5 or 6.
Oh, okay, sick. Oh, wait, I mean, he's Iron Sun, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Are they like in
Like
like
one-
only one in the entire like everything, or like he just has them?
There are a few of each
Oh,
artifact
okay.
kind. They're just very hard to find.
No.
But they do different things. Like one of them is called the Ion Stone of Absorption, and it means if somebody hits him, I believe his works up to a 5th level spell a couple times a day. He can just absorb a certain amount of spell levels. So I think he has up to like 20 levels worth of spells. He can just eat into his Ion Stone,
Holy shit!
and they do stuff like that.
I see.
I have a quick question. What is the Raven Queen's real name?
Marsha.
What is the
Samantha.
Raven Queen's real name? Now this is the question: is that you would have known it while she was alive, but I don't know if that name still exists after she's ascended. I don't know if everybody was forced to forget or not.
Hmm.
Well, I guess you make that decision now.
Even her friend
Yeah.
and well, isn't Gabe the champion of Raven Queen too? Like with
He
Gabe?
is, but I don't even know if he would know. Let me think for a minute.
Go back to the flashback. Vanilla, what's your mom's name again?
Go back to the hourglass real quick.
You know, I mentioned the hourglass, and now you're stuck on it. Need to let it go.
Yeah, you should never have said it.
I'll let Rick or Miss Siri can give me a high or low on it.
Hi.
Okay. You know her name was Belcora.
Belcora.
Beautiful.
I feel like I could spell that.
I think I could.
Probably.
BEC.
Becklora.
Beck Larry.
Is that where the website gets his names? Because she's also really good at giving you really unhelpful fucking answers when you ask her questions sometimes.
Yeah, Quora. Beckquora.
Gary wouldn't know anything.
Gary in the distant future feels something in the air.
Feel something in his chest.
Something's not right. Also, I don't know if you guys remember, but the Sphinx, Kular, he is heavily wounded.
Even with my mass heal, I give it to him. Too.
Even with the heal, they basically they basically ate off one of his whole wings.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Let's take care of this.
Well, he
Is he
can
in, here
long
in this
rest.
mansion with us?
Yeah, like he followed you guys back. Yeah.
I guess Rick would go up to him and say, "I'm really sorry for what happened. I didn't want it to happen this way."
It'll be okay. I don't know what you have on your spell list, but a restoration spell would help fix him.
Oh, I
I
can.
probably should, right?
If you want to do that before you long rest, that's fine.
Could I do a high rest on him? Or great
Yeah,
rest
yeah.
on
If you
him?
want
If that's possible.
to, if you want to have done that before you long rest,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I think I would have.
That's fine. So you were able to go in. You don't heal his wing fully, but you stop the rod and make it to where further healing will start to repair it. But at the same time, you don't think it matters all that much.
Looking along right now because hourglass. Time's ticking.
The fucking hourglass.
Yeah, I went up to him and said that. But sorry that all this happened and
Tick
stuff.
tock on the clock.
DJ.
Out of curiosity, is Ergi still flying around out there?
Urgator? Yeah. He escorted the airships to the edge.
Yeah,
I don't
that was
think
the
he
last
would
thing I
have left.
remembered.
Yeah, I don't think he would have left. No, yeah, I think he's still in the air.
Can I go? Can I tug on Rick, and then go outside and jingle the bell? And be like, "Hey, buddy."
You gather Rick. You go outside and you ring the bell. Probably 10 minutes later, you hear kind of a clicking of bone and the like a big gust of wind as like low flying above some of the buildings around you guys. You see like and he circles around and lands.
It's gonna run up and like hug his entire face, be like, "Buddy."
You
Oh.
as you do so, there's like a small moment of hesitation, and you see he kind of looks and he's like, "It is good to see you."
Did you have fun? I made you promise that you were gonna have fun.
Not as much as I had hoped. It is
Oh.
quite dark out here.
That it is.
What's the air look like, buddy? Looking good? Flying around, having fun?
It is swarmed. I can hardly navigate.
Have you been affected by the illness?
Not in so much as you, I think, but I feel it eat at my bones.
Do you feel that we're both on borrowed time? I know I am. I'm not sure about you, though.
I think anyone who is still in the city is likely lost.
Yeah, well, things are about to happen where the city won't really be much of an issue anymore.
He kind of nods and looks around. And he says,
I do not know what the plan is next, but it does
That's
not
what-
seem like we can do any more than damage.
That's kind of the good news, bad news of it, buddy. Tomorrow's going to get a little weird. Tomorrow's going to get a little bit hectic. And some rude individuals that expect kneeling for some reason. I don't know why people are so focused on kneeling all the time. I'm already short enough. I don't need to kneel. Anyway, they're going to be stopping by, and one of two things is going to happen. Either A, the aforementioned kneeling become their puppets thing. I'm not expecting that one. Or B, number the two, all out chaos. So I'm just saying, if you want to linger around, hang out in the neighborhood, and then cause some god level damage and be just a nuisance to everything on the evil agenda side, I don't think anybody would be mad at you.
he kind of looks around. He says,
I have nowhere else to go. I think I will find my final rest here.
As will we all.
Yeah, that's kind of the group vibe, kind of the energy of the mysterious green palace and everything. Kind of a downer, but when's the last time you got to go hog wild and just
I
be
think
crazy?
Before I go, I will see my horde in the Magos' tower one last time.
Don't let us
Oh,
stop you. Don't let us
it's all
stop you
yours,
at all.
buddy.
You have a good day. Just enjoy yourself.
The Magos is no longer around. It's all yours.
He says,
I will wait until tomorrow eve when we all enter, but if I am to die, I would like to die among my own gold.
It's nice to die with family, isn't it?
It is the closest thing I have.
I know
mean,
that.
and who would we be to stop you? I mean, that just sounds perfect.
he kind of nods. He says,
I will return to the skies as to not cause alarm amongst your people. If you need me, call.
Oh, absolutely. And remember, tomorrow, it's a date for chaos.
he kind of nods and flies off. And yeah, you're pretty sure. I mean, at this point, you guys know that most of the creatures that are in the city are pretty stuck here. There may be a couple that have their own ways to get out, but that's because they're something completely else, like Corey.
Speaking of, would I have a good relation with Corey, or would I hate
You
him?
you've met him for the first time yesterday.
Even if we kind
Now-
of have our own little
But I was gonna say, Agura didn't mention Corey, but at the same time, Eurexus, after having met Agura, you think there's got to be some kind of connection there.
Could I?
They have to at least know each other.
Yeah, could I talk to Corey about him? Make
You'd have
my
to
way down?
find him. And the hard part is that Ascilla never showed you guys the secret under part of her lab.
I thought he was in the regular lab with Malkador. No?
He was for a bit. Now he's retreated to his actual lair, which is in the volcano.
Well, could I try to ask Malkador and see if I could just find it, maybe? Because I kind of want more answers.
Malkador can't. Malkador can't be the one to tell you that information. It has to be Ascilla, or you can try and investigate and find it yourself. But it's almost impossible because it's magically hidden.
I think.
Maddie's mom just texted me saying her phone's dead, but she is. They're getting an Uber right now. They're heading home.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
I think I'm gonna try to find it because the connection is too close for my curiosity. I already took my long rest because it's only 4 hours, and I did everything I wanted. As long as that parchment got sent out, I'm happy. I think I want to find more answers. Maybe it could help me. Maybe it could. I mean, before I die, I kind of want answers to questions I have.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go down,
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anyone else wants to go with, or if they're doing their own thing. I don't want to take away from the party. Anybody?
I'll tag.
Okay. Well, help me out.
I mean, if we all go, I'll go too.
I've got something I'm gonna do, but it's a lone mission
Lone
type
wolf.
of situation.
Perfect timing then. Good luck.
I guess I'll come with you guys.
Alright.
I'll go too.
all right. So the four of you head downstairs. Before we do that, just real quick, what's Isha going to do?
I have to go, or I want to go off to the side, kind of into the chunk of. It was Masiri that was the Raven Queen champion.
Mm-hmm.
Am I remembering that correctly? Go off to that section alone to have a private, alone conversation.
Go for it. We'll do the scene real quick. You go hide off in a corner, kind of in the temple. It's pretty empty right now. Pretty dead empty. Who are you trying to speak to exactly, and what are you saying?
I'm gonna find some form of altar type thing, whatever's closest to an altar in there. And
Yeah, there's one right in front of the big statue.
look around and see, is anybody directly around it, or is it just me?
You're the only person in the room right now. All the other temple, I guess employees are either resting or they're helping out injured.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna make sure that no one can see me. I'm gonna take the mask off and put the hood down.
Sure.
And basically just not kneel at the altar, but just sit there for a second, and then have kind of a conversation that's mostly speaking into the wind of just, hey, I know that potentially we wouldn't be the closest of people right now. I know that we stand on the different sides of a line that's kind of drawn through eternity and everything, but just that Isha's like, I want you to know that it wasn't personal. I want you to know that it wasn't a lack of respect for her and what she does, but it was more so just making sure that her people, as well as the other citizens of the city, were safe and content, and that I hope there was no disrespect to her taken. It wasn't deemed that way, and if she could just watch over Masiri for the next day and kind of keep an eye on him, and that if she'll do so on her end, that me and mine will do that on our end.
Sure. As you reach out and say this prayer, go ahead and give me an Arcana check real quick.
Arcana at this hour?
Okay. You kind of take your mask off and you take a moment and say this prayer. And as somebody who's not necessarily religious, you don't get somebody speaking in your ear. You don't really get an answer like that. But you have a moment in all of this where you're having this moment, and then you're also kind of thinking on your position and your context in the city, and who you are as like a person in this city. Isha as a character and a person, an interesting thing that hasn't come up yet. You've never met another Kenku. You've never seen one. In fact, in this time period, Kenku don't have a name. Nobody really knows what you are. And you think back to the fact that you don't remember your own parents. Part of the reason why you run orphanages. You grew up as one yourself. You grew up in one yourself. And I think on a 31 Arcana, you get this strange feeling that maybe you're closer to the Raven Queen than you ever realized. And Kenku, in general, have eidetic memory. They remember everything they've ever seen exactly as they saw it, right? And you remember looking in your younger years in the Wizard's Tower, remember looking into your last name, trying to see if you could find who your parents were or something like that. All you could find was that your parents had passed away near the very end of the previous war that the Raven Queen had headed. But you couldn't really find anything else. At least not at the time. It didn't make any sense to you. There was nothing that signed to anything specific. But then with some information that I guess Rick recently remembered, you remember seeing a family tree. And on this family tree, near the very top, were two sets of married individuals. On the right, a woman named Belcora Ivar and a man named Simon Cyrillus. And on the left, a man named Arthur Cyrillus and a woman.
Hey, Isha just runs his hand across the top of the altar and not looking up at the statue that's right there, but just kind of chuckles to himself.
Yeah, and I think as your hand touches the altar again, no religious stuff happens, but you feel a sense of reassurance. You have a feeling that Auntie Belcora is watching over you.
He's the Raven Queen's nephew.
He kind of smiles and kind of nods, like I said, chuckles a little bit, and then kind of sniffs real hard. Not to say he was crying, but just like sniffs a little bit, like, okay, I guess we're fucking doing this. And he straps the mask back on and pulls the hood back up and zips it up.
Fair enough. And
One thing I wondered.
I would say another piece of information that could be gleaned from that, Gabe, I would recommend checking the name of your familiar in your summoning stone.
Yeah, I did. I do know it. I haven't said it to anybody yet.
Fair enough. What were you gonna say, Metal?
Oh, I was just gonna say, what would be the possibility of Rick being the one to call them Kinku?
Highly likely. They don't have a name yet.
I was just thinking maybe he'd be the one to give them that name.
Yeah.
Ranger.
As of right now, Isha is the first of his race. Out of game, the Raven Queen in her human form and her husband were both very instrumental in the war, but Isha's father and mother were basically generals, very, very powerful wizards who, through a magical ritual, they were part of the group of people who ended up having to sacrifice their lives for the Ascension ritual to work, and in the process became these weird raven-human hybrids. And that's where Isha came from.
Interesting. I feel like Rick probably would have had that in the back of his head for a while, and I guess once he gets back to Isha, he'll just tell him that, but we'll get to that later.
Sure. Yeah, no, I mean, if when Isha comes back, if Rick wants to talk to him real quick, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was it. So after he was done, he was just going to kind of walk out the back of the room and kind of touch the pews as he walks out, and then walks back into the main thing to see if they've left. I assumed that was happening at the same time. They were leaving out one door and I was going in another.
Yeah.
Well, if you said he had to go do something, I'm sure we would wait.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll go. You guys head over to the lab under the Sorcerer's Academy. You head down into the lab and then to the mech room underneath. You guys can roll investigations of perception. It's a very, very, very high DC.
Is it? It's not sight, right? So I don't get advantage.
No.
Cool. I will guide myself then. Can I do that? Is that possible?
On this one, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Nice. I'll do
Oh my god,
Oh,
31?
that. Natural 20? Tier
I
song?
was saying I was gonna hope I was getting that 20, but then Tirsan did, so that's all we need. I hope.
Either way, we have a 31.
Hooray.
Oh, wait,
I
that
got
was
17, so
Never mind.
I rolled a 3.
Well, even then, that's a 29. So on a flat number, a 29 still doesn't do it, but it is a nat 20. So I'll honor it. But there's an interesting thing here. Tirsan, I think you walk in, and through your just magical knowledge, you see that there's a sealed arcane entrance over in the corner. But I don't know if you want to betray Asila's trust by being the one to point it out.
I will not do that. I don't want to disrespect anybody in the group.
Yeah, I mean, if your character thinks that it will be more useful to do so, that's fine, but it's one of those things where, like, this is obviously, she keeps it a secret for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you want to be the one to throw it out or not, and if you're okay with that.
No, I think I would like to keep it for myself for now until I see him again. Because I just don't want to disrespect him or anything, you know?
Well, at this point, like, it wouldn't bother Corey so much as it would be. The question is that right now, I don't think Tearsun knows if Ascilla is cool with this or not. It might be completely fine,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't know, you know.
Yeah. I guess I'll do it. Sorry, bestie.
Alrighty.
Roll initiative. You and
Yeah, so how do you point it
Isla
out?
are gonna fight now.
I guess I just want to tell the group, and I just want to tell them that I feel something going on at this, like at this doorway. I want to kind of investigate it, if that's okay with everybody else. Make sure that everybody's on board with it.
You feel like you gotta.
If you have a hint.
If it'll give us help, then I'm for it.
Wait, we long rested, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Before we
Could I reroll for my Cosmic Omen?
Yeah. Anything you would need to do in a long rest, you can do. Keep track of it.
I think it's
With the wheel.
Cosmic hourglass.
All right.
Alright. So, just on you walk over to the door kind of set in the corner. It seems like there's some sort of arcane lock on it. You don't know the password or anything.
Let's see what I can do. I don't really have anything stealthy. Not Amara.
Well, for an arcane lock, it's less about stealth. You would need something like the knock spell or dispel magic or.
Let's see.
Could I cast identify on it? Would that work?
It's not an item as much as it's an object.
This says choose one object you must touch.
Let me see.
The
If I was
spell's a
to use
little
the,
underdeveloped here.
I mean, if
If I was to use
you,
it,
you could, but it would only tell you that it's warded.
Oh, I thought it would. Okay.
Yeah.
if I
'Cause
was
it's not
to
an
use,
yeah. I was gonna say because it's not a magic item. It like all you will learn is its properties, but you wouldn't like. There's nothing to use. There's no attunement. There's no charges.
so with either identify or detect magic, will we be able to tell if there's like a potential like trap on it to prevent people from getting in that she doesn't want in?
Maybe it might tell you it's like, oh, it's a glyph, a warding spell, but it's not. It's not gonna tell you exactly what the glyph will do.
Because that is my main concern. That it's
That
tripwire.
would be something she would do.
And I don't really want to die to friendly fire right now. That's coming later.
I don't have anything else. Maybe I can ritually cast something.
Because I have detect magic.
Locate object and cord.
I have dispel magic, but I don't have it like
Ready?
for my level 3. I don't have it readied.
Is it
Same.
a ritual?
Let me see.
That was not one of the ones I put on.
Oh, it's because it's a moon cycle. I mean, you could use a sorcery point and swap moon cycles.
Sure. Why not? Just to see what's going on.
I don't have dispel magic.
So one of us do identify or detect magic on it first.
Um,
I can identify if you want.
I don't have identify.
I do.
Wait.
I have it from
I
my
have to take
fortune.
magic.
I mean,
Would
I can
using that
ritually
be
cast
like-
it too, so. I
Oh,
don't need to
okay,
use
so
a
that won't
spell.
take a spell slot.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
just.
that's better than what I could do.
Yeah, then
I'm
I'll
pretty
just
sure.
ritually cast identify then if it doesn't take a spell slot. I will do that.
It doesn't. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
I don't think I'm good at those. Okay.
The one thing you don't use guidance on?
I forgot.
Alright, you go to start casting a spell on it, and that Arcana check was to tell you that any spell cast on this door, besides either the key to the lock or something strong enough to dispel the ward, is gonna make it go off.
Is it the spell symbol? Would I get that from identify?
Well, if you cast identify, it's gonna go off.
I thought it went off, and that's where I got from.
No.
Okay.
No.
Fuck. Well, I say that, so any spell cast on this, it's gonna.
Yeah. If the spell isn't strong enough to just dispel it all outright, it's gonna go off.
Man,
Well, then I
if
guess
only
we
this
shouldn't
was
touch
gonna-
it until the owner gets back.
They just call out for Corey. I have sending, don't I? Oh, but it's a spell. Oh, I don't need a third level spell.
You have his fax number?
Oh, yeah. Can I ping his Walkman?
Swag.
The Walkman is like a
Yeah, I-
CD player.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, can I just say his name out loud? Like, Corey, you here?
Yeah. You don't get anything back. You can assume that it's not just like a door with a room on the other side. There's a pretty long passageway. Because
Speak a little
from where you
loud.
are, it has to lead all the way into the volcano.
Yeah.
Well, the way I see it now is we're just gonna have to wait for her to get back.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys wanted, you could try and have Tirsan do a higher level dispel magic to see if it works, but
Nah, we might as well just wait. Estela! Nah, that doesn't do anything else.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, she's
he's a sorcerer.
So what are we doing? We're just sitting here until she gets back? What's going on?
I guess.
Doing
I vote
practice.
dispel.
I tried. I'm sorry,
I'm sorry.
You're not Estela.
Mr. Rock.
Who's that?
Rourke.
Rourke. Younger brother of Boulder.
Rourke and Boulder. Yeah, so I mean, Tirsan, you could try to dispel it, but again, if you don't use a high enough level, it would just
I'll
go
wait.
off.
I'll wait for now. I don't want to do anything that I'll regret. I want to still here, my baby girl.
Alright. You have a kid.
I don't want to. I don't want to disrespect her stuff. You know, she has her secrets. I respect it.
Fair enough. You guys will wait for Asilla to be free. What else are you guys doing in the meantime?
I guess Rick just kind of says, well, while we're waiting, I guess I need to go talk to an old friend. I'll be right back. He just kind of goes off into a corner and sits down. And just bows his head and says, hello, Belcora. It's Anubis. I don't know if you remember me or not, or if you're even listening right now. But things have gotten pretty dire. And I don't really see any way out of it. Anyway, if you are listening, I would just like to ask if you could look over my family and anyone with the last name of Anorith or Fairfoot in the future. If you could. Anyway, I would appreciate that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a religion check to go with that.
Where's religion? I never roll it, so I don't know where it's at.
Towards the bottom. Could be wrong though.
There it is.
15. Not bad. Again, Rick, not a wildly religious man. But even then on a 15, you don't hear any words, but there is a sense of familiarity, a presence you felt before.
Rick just kind of smiles and says, I know you're always there.
Fair enough. And you stand up and you head back to the group.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's done. What else do you guys have that you want to plan, do, work on?
Can I check on like my students and stuff that went with me? Cause I had a few. No.
There was a few, a good amount of them man the mechs, so they're for the most part okay.
Mhm.
There was maybe 8 to 10 of them who were fighting on foot, and out of those, I think it was 10. Out of those 10, 3 of them died.
No. Sad day. I'm so sad.
So right now, I believe you still have 19 sorcerers and artificers.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to check. And
Yeah. And they, for the most part, look okay. A couple of them are, like, slightly wounded, but it's... The ones that survived seem to be alright.
okay. That sounds good. I also want to talk to Rick for a second, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I just want to step away from the group real quick and just talk about the whole situation, about like what we're getting into and stuff. Just like a little one-on-one conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to see how, obviously the situation isn't too good, but I just want to see how you're feeling about yourself, make sure that you're okay, and how you feel about everything right now, you know?
I think I'll be okay. I mean, we got her out. She'll be safe. She'll get to live on. And I've got to live a nice full life. Maybe not as long as for my people should have, but I've done a lot. I should be asking you the same question. How are you
Of
feeling?
course. I'm feeling really scared, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can understand that.
Of course, I'm glad that she's okay. I'm sad how everything is becoming right now. I wish that it wasn't like this, but
What I try to
you know,
think about is not what's going to come to an end, but about the great things that she will do after we're gone. That's what I try to think about right now.
of
Because
course,
you and me both know that she was destined for more than all this.
of course. I'm glad for, I'm glad that we were able to have such a wonderful child, and I'm glad to have you by my side, you know?
As am I.
I just want to say that before, whenever, if things get worse, I just want you to know that I really appreciate you, and I'm just glad to have you by my side, you know?
I am too, and no matter whatever happens or happened or whatever, you've always still been family.
Of course.
And it gives me a little bit of peace that we'll get to die together as family.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad that I'm able to have this conversation with you before if things get dire, you know?
As am I. And I was just over there talking to an old friend, making sure that what becomes of her will be good and safe.
Well, I hope things go well. You know, I hope
As do
that
I.
she was able to give you a response that you needed.
Mm-hmm. I think she will.
Hope so too.
I believe she's going to be greater than both of us combined.
Maybe. I believe it. If you say it, then I believe it.
Well, if you believe it, I say it.
Okay. I'll
Fair
just. I'll walk away and just try to get
Fair
my
enough.
life together.
Fair enough.
Everything
guys
will be
are
all
welcome.
right. We may die, but we've saved a bunch of people. And that should give us all a little bit of peace.
Exactly. I believe that too. I believe it.
All right. So you guys head back out, continue your stuff. Is there any planning or anything, any preparations you guys want to do for? I mean, if you guys are going to fight back in this last fight, I mean, is there anything you want to do to see if you can get a leg up?
If I may, what was done already? Because I missed the first.
Oh yeah, somebody wants to give Rock a little recap. That would be wonderful.
So far, basically, we've just been doing a little bit of talking. We've been just trying to figure out. We got to I can't remember her name, Maddie's
Scylla.
character. So we got to her little lab, and we found a warded door that we cannot get to, because if we try, it'll explode. So we gotta wait for her to get back. And we're basically just trying to prepare for what's coming next.
And is Maddie
Not a-
joining us tonight? Or
What was that?
What was that?
I'm sorry, is Maddie joining us tonight?
You should be.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little later throughout the night.
They're getting an Uber home and they had a concert, so it's going to be probably like another 21 minutes. If maybe a little longer. Because I imagine traffic's bad.
But other than that,
Not too much has happened so far,
Yeah.
though.
a little bit of planning. I guess they found out that that Isha is the Raven Queen's nephew.
Oh shit.
But other than that, it's just been a lot of like planning and figuring shit out, deciding what to do next. So anything Neris would want to do in that regard. I mean, like I said, you have your remaining forces. It's kind of just a portion of what you had, and the injured are being tended to. But right now, they're all just kind of resting and preparing for whatever the hell is going to happen at the end of the next day. But anything Neris would want to do personally to prepare or anything like that, more than welcome to. Have a little bit of free time, and of course,
That's
got a
right.
long rest in.
I would like to go down to my basement in my temple and pick up all the barrels of booze that I have.
Yeah. Let me see.
And I'll like them to take it to the meeting room that Stock is going to be a part of.
To take them up in the tower all the way.
Would that be possible, even with the help
I
of
can
like
help him.
McCracken or something?
You'd have to fight through some remaining demons and stuff each trip.
Okay,
I can help.
never mind then. Well, I'm sure going to take the barrels.
If you want to get them
but
prepped to bring with you guys, though, you can do that.
I would like to do that.
Yeah. Total, you have 11 50-gallon kegs.
I'll help you.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hey, only take 10 up there. Only take 10 up
I'm
there.
fairly
Yeah,
strong.
leave one.
So.
Leave one, so in the future, if you guys ever come here, you can have a drink.
Yeah.
You know
King
what? I'll do
Mysterio
that
will
thing,
make
and
the
I'll leave
exception.
one.
You should just leave one of the old
Mhm.
one of the
Very
original
strong.
grog down there. Maybe Rock will find it one day.
It's aged very, very well now.
It's basically vinegar. Yeah, so you can do that. Obviously you can't carry him all yourself, but if you wanted to like strap him to Sal or something, he could carry him pretty easy.
Like, that's what I was thinking. I wanted to strap them to somebody because they're alcohol, so I'm assuming they're flammable and explosive.
Oh, I mean, we talked about it. This is beer that has like a wild alcohol percentage. It's very flammable.
Yeah, so
Wild ape. Until go.
So I'm taking it because I'm gonna burn this place down to the ground.
What
fair.
fuck? Yeah.
He's sick.
That is
And,
easy enough to do.
And trying to see what else I could do for preparation. Do we have any more stars bombs?
Any more what? No, Thimble used them all for the distraction.
Okay, never mind then.
I mean, you could have some people make some explosives. You have a couple artificers and stuff. You could from the Sorcerer's Academy. You could do that if you wanted.
Nah, it's fine. I'm good. They're just gonna be like a little poetic. That's all it was. I was just wanting for a little bit, but a little pizzazz.
Fair.
And I'm sorry, I'm sick. If y'all couldn't tell, not doing so hot right
I
now.
was debating if you was sick or if your mic was just garbage.
Oh, I thought you lost your voice.
I did. Been coughing all day.
Fair enough. That shit. Weather change has been fucking me up.
I was about to say that literally was you just like 2 weeks ago.
I know. I was sick not that long ago. I was like, yeah. And then he said,
I don't think you did yet, like any voices. I was like, go ahead.
I know. I don't believe there's anything else I could really do.
Huh? Sooner than expected.
I don't have much prep time. Like not prep time, not that much stuff to like prep.
yeah, fair enough.
Oh, I guess can I look at my Kraken? See what kind of shape he's in?
Yeah, I mean, you can like walk over to a body of water or whatever nearby. I'm sure the temple has a body of water close enough that you could go visit. But no, he didn't really take any damage or anything. I mean, these demonic creatures, they do not like water. They do not like it.
No, you don't say.
Yeah, they don't like going in the water. So he really didn't have anybody going after him.
Alright. No, that's what I thought I had then. I already don't have nothing I want to like start talking to my mom, but that's just like to grab stuff.
Fair enough. Also, I don't know if Neris has any like skin or desire to try and get your Kraken out of here if like when the city blows, but there is a way to do it even though you're in the air. It would just be kind of a toss-up if he lives or not.
Billy's fine though because he's in the flask, right?
Yeah, Billy will be fine as long as he's in the flask. Like, even if the flask is disenchanted, whoever comes across it next, if they just pop him out, he'll still be in there.
Sweet.
Well, I could talk to my Kraken, so I'll ask him.
Yeah. Krakens are creatures, they communicate less in words and more in thoughts and, like, emotions. So, basically what you get from him is he will stay and fight and die with you if you want. Basically, unless you tell him to leave, he's not going to.
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
I'll have a big plan then.
So yes, I'll tell him. For him to live, does he have to leave like right now? Can he leave like?
No, it would be one of those things of whenever the time comes, he's basically... Because a short moment before everything goes boom, the grid around the city is going to go down. The magic, like the keep magic in field, is going to go down. He's basically going to have to do like an 80s action movie trick, jump out of a body of water down into the ocean below you.
Alright, then I'll communicate to him. Whenever you get a chance, run.
There's a little bit of hesitancy and like pushback on it, but your family has built bonds with these creatures for years. They listen to you. They understand that you have their best interests at heart. And the thing is that even though he's already old for a Kraken, Krakens live somewhat indefinitely. So I think he also understands that you're not just sparing like a life; it's a life that's going to go on for a very long time.
Yep.
Very good. And then, don't know if Maddie's somewhere where she can talk, but I'm sure she'll pop in when she can.
I'm here. I'm
Oh, you're.
sitting in the living room.
I'm here.
Vanilla?
Hey guys,
Hey.
I'm here. Welcome back.
Everybody just go back to my hotel room.
Her and Nathaniel sound the same.
My
Wait,
voice
what?
is gone.
Maddie did
voice
it
is
to herself.
Oh,
I can do it to myself. It's very loud.
They sound the same.
Like an hour ago, Maddie was like, "Yeah."
Well, I was living it up. I was living it up, yelling as loud as I could. And then, I stood for like 45 minutes waiting for an Uber with a dead phone.
Oh man.
So I'm here.
that's tragic.
Prepared. Haven't even changed yet. Just
Nice.
got everything set up.
She's
Well,
locked in. She's locked in.
Yeah, say quick little recap, nothing too important, just some discussions and planning. They found out Isha is technically the Raven Queen's nephew.
Flying for Isha.
Everybody else is just kind of doing things here and there, figuring stuff out. Eurixis wanted to go talk to Corey, so they went down into your lab and they found the magic door that leads to like the tunnel to his place, but they couldn't get through the word on it without blowing it up, so they decided to wait until you showed up.
Well, I'm really glad you guys didn't do that. That's not the best option.
What's the password?
Does it have something to do with an hourglass?
Password 123.
God damn it! Are you kidding?
Password sand in the glass.
Maddie, I'm not gonna lie. I was going to dispel magic, but I said, you know what?
Do not
I'm
touch
good.
Corey's
I'm
stuff.
I'm good. It's
You're
okay.
gonna touch
It's
Corey's
okay.
stuff.
I touched it all.
I hate all of y'all.
But if you would like to lead them down to Corey, you're more than welcome to.
1 second.
He's dying.
Is that almost affecting your vocal cords now?
Yes.
Damn, bro. Bro, drink water,
This damn
please.
Yeah.
disease.
You can go see Corey.
So what do you guys? How do you guys approach Ascilla about this?
I think I would just ask her straight up. I just want to say, hey, I would like to. Oh, sorry, my mic was really close. I'd like to talk to Corey if that's possible at all. I don't know if you're like hiding him or anything like that, but I've only met him once, and I think he can answer some questions I have about me and.
Yeah. Which I don't know if Eurixis has spoken to the party about what
I have
happened to
not.
him yet.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know if you.
yeah. I'll gather everyone and just kind of relive this scene. Tell them how I went into the domain of who I thought the domain belonged to Surtur, and then I went through a human-like door and found Augra there. And then I'll relay that he told me that I'm his son. And that I believe that Corey could have some answers to some questions I have in like relations to that, and maybe how I can use some power I have maybe hidden in me to help. Yeah. Pretty much, hey guys, I'm a demigod.
No shit.
No shit. Yes, my bad. I'm sorry.
Well, that's certainly.
Ascilla says as she hits her Virginia Slim.
The cowboy killers and Marlboros.
You know, I would like to say you being a demigod is the craziest thing I've heard today, but I just can't.
You said that's not the craziest thing you've heard?
Look around us. That's the craziest thing I've heard today or saw today.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting autographs at 5:30, so if you wanna, I can probably let you cut the line. But no. I'm kidding.
What?
That was a joke.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus
at least you still
fucking
got your
Christ.
humor, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying. This whole hourglass thing's really fucking with my head.
I brought it up one time and you haven't let it go.
I don't get the metaphor.
You know how an hourglass that has the sand and you flip it over
Yeah,
and
I've
it
been
starts
thinking
counting?
of that. Yeah. It has numbers on it?
That is basically no. That's basically our lives right now. We are ticking sands away until
So we're
our
the
life
sand, not
force
the
is
glass. Oh. Because I thought the hourglass was the city.
Oh my god, brother. I'm still on the
Bro, I think
hourglass.
There's
so
there's
fucking
no
deep into
there's
this
no
shit.
wrong way to interpret a metaphor, but somehow you've figured it out.
Anyways, Isla, do you mind if we talk to Corey? I was gonna go talk to him and then they explode.
Did you explode something? Or
No,
might have?
no. I thought about going and then I saw that the ward could explode, so I decided to wait. I'm sorry if I pressured anything. I didn't know it was like a secret or anything. I apologize.
Can you not hear me?
No.
Just type. Sorry.
You're good.
Jesus.
Mm.
Needs a goddamn Ricola. Ricola.
She's typing. She gave up.
Can't even type.
Better give yourself a goddamn hernia
I
with
know.
coughing.
Please be
Jesus.
careful. Awa. I can smell the
My
hourglass.
God. What the fuck?
Why is the hourglass?
Oh my God! Stop fucking typing. I can't. It keeps. My God.
Jason's typing again.
Maddie's about to freak out.
Who, me?
Rock. Rock is typing. I swear. Can y'all just not hear her? It's like,
What I hear is a person dying.
Yeah, I just hear coughing in my
That's exactly
video.
what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
that's all
hear
I hear,
any
too.
voice.
Okay, is she gonna type? I'm not typing. I'll tell you.
take the floor.
I'm done.
Take the chat.
You might change your voice attenuation, Maddie. That might fix it.
I already eaten my food up.
Hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, my mom's talking to me. You know I hear me.
A little. We could
Kind
hear
of now,
that.
yeah.
Just be careful straining. I don't want you to lose your voice fully because of D&D.
Oh. Great.
Hmm. You cut out pretty bad there.
My mom is asking me how to eat up food.
Oh, that's funny.
Put it in the microwave.
Let me.
Yes. I want to ask him questions and see if he has answers to those. I mean, I have questions, and if other people want to follow that, I have no reason not to let them. I don't know if, like, how big of a seeker he is. I don't know. I've only met the guy once, so it's really up to you, I guess.
Well, I guess you go in there first and say if it's cool, if your friends could come in before making assumptions.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be you and me, and then you can ask, like, out of respect, and then we can invite the rest in, or we could just tell them about it later. It's sort of up to you.
Whatever works out, as long as we don't anger the man.
Yes.
We already have enough problems going on
Cool.
as
Let's do
is.
that. Open sesame.
You don't want to interrupt Corey while he's practicing his TikTok dances.
Mmm.
Screaming! Get out of my room, Mom!
It was a virus! I was just playing
I'm in the middle
Minecraft.
of an Overwatch 2 game.
Oh god. No Overwatch before
Too bad.
D&D.
No, he wouldn't even reply.
Sure? Oh, you're asking DM.
Yeah. You can sending stun him. You would already know that at this point, if he's still in the city, which he almost for sure is, he's in his lair, which is at the end of this tunnel.
It's packing.
That's how I imagine Korean girls, like, if JavaScript is so cool.
Yeah, you message him real quick. Couple seconds later, you get a response. Says,
Yeah, if you need to find me, I'm in my my place. I'm working on something.
I'm about to film. Wow, they're everywhere.
got you. And then everyone else, do you want to take them into the hallway with you and then just leave them outside the door to his place? Because it's kind of a long walk.
I'm cool with that.
Yes, I can do.
After you.
So, yeah, you walk up to the door. You kind of like put your palm on it, wave your hand over it. It clicks open, and you guys see this long, kind of winding hallway that seems to be carved like straight into the mountain in front of you. You guys walk down it for a bit. It's a good long walk, probably like a good 30-40 minutes. As you get towards the end, you see the tunnel start to open up a little bit. The walls get a little bit more ornate and like built out. There's actual bricks and stuff as opposed to just raw exposed stone. And you walk up and you see a large kind of iron, like heavy iron, a little bit of a like patina on it door. There's no rust, but it's kind of heavily like glazed over from use. Probably a 15-foot tall door in front of you guys. You knock, as you walk up and knock, you knock the specific pattern that you and Corey know. The door, after a couple seconds, kind of clicks open, and one of them just kind of creaks wide open for you guys. So, who's going in?
Me and Isla first, yeah. And then asking Corey if it's okay if we invite the rest, or if he would prefer less people.
You walk in. You guys can both roll investigations or perceptions. As you guys walk in, so you see Corey. He's working one of his huge work tables that's like 10 feet tall, like way bigger than even any human. You see him kind of throwing parts together very quickly. He has a hammer kind of sitting there that he keeps grabbing, and you see tapping things in. He's working pretty feverishly, like quicker than you've seen him.
Is this site based? Do I roll with advantage?
No, you can't see what he's doing from your angle.
You say investigation or...
Yeah, either one.
I feel like your ex is really impressed. Be like, damn, he's a good worker.
Yeah, you watching him, he's incredibly fluid.
Like,
You
way
watch,
better than
there was, I wouldn't say better, but different.
Yeah, casual.
You see there is Like there is not a single wasted motion. Where in your work you are more the artist type, where you'll do something and you'll look at it and you'll consider if that's really the move. You see that this creature knows exactly what he's gonna make before he even touches a part, and he knows exactly how it's gonna go together.
Straight from the blueprint type shit.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. And you see it's just straight. He can look at something and visualize how it works, and it just comes together.
Cool.
On a 29. You can't see the parts that he's working with, and even if you could, you feel like they may not make sense to you. But you feel something, whatever power source this guy is using for whatever he's building, it's siphoning your divinity.
It's stifling mine, like, individually because I walk through?
You feel markedly weaker just for being in the room with it.
Oh, fuck.
But you don't think it's targeted at just your divinity. You think it affects all divinity.
Yeah. I'll like grab my Sigil of the Smith, my holy symbol, and I'll just look at Isla for like a yes or no nod, I guess, and then walk forward if she says yes. Okay. And I'll walk forward with it.
Alright, you walk forward, what do you say to him?
Isla, do you want to go first, or do you want me to? Okay.
Yeah, you walk up, you greet him, Corey Gunner says, "Oh, hey, Scylla, and he sees your Rixus, and you see him kind of like look back at you, and as you ask him what he's working on, he goes,
I don't know if now's a good time. I don't know, are you cool with... Do secrets matter anymore?
Is he saying that to like me or to Isla?
he's just kind of saying it.
I think I'll say I'm not here to criticize anything you're doing, and just like tell him that it's okay to show whatever. I'm not in a place right now.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage because Scylla's with you.
Oh great, a fucking
And
plus
you can guidance
Oh,
yourself
God.
if you like. That's what it's for.
Go 3, okay.
3's okay.
Persuasion, give me +2. Okay, 16 plus 3.
16, 19, not bad,
That's
not bad.
at all for me.
Maddie, would you flash your genius him?
I don't know if I can get better than that, but...
Well, flash your genius adds a flat +6.
Oh, it just adds
You
a... Okay, oh shit.
Yeah, it adds her intelligence modifier to any roll.
Why do you think Fi uses it so much?
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
just a flat +5
I
to
thought
any roll.
it just gives you advantage again.
Nope. Just a flat +5. Yeah, it's one of the few abilities in the game that just gives you a flat bonus like that. It's just
Kinda
good.
sick.
Yeah. Yeah, so that puts you at 25. He kind of looks back, he turns around, he says,
I've been, I was able to get most of the people out, but, couldn't leave in good conscience. Because, I felt some of them show up. So I'm working on this. Say, I think I'm gonna name it the Equalizer. It, if you set this off in a room, with gods, devils, any of it. Everybody's on the same playing field.
I think I'll say, is that why I felt my divinity set from me?
Yes, this thing eats that kind of power.
I like that idea.
It may make you weaker, but it's gonna really mess with them.
Like you said, equal playing field.
Well, this affects divinity, but
And he kind of looks at your hammer. He says,
it doesn't affect that. That'll still work.
he points to the white flames kind of coming off.
Yeah. Speaking of this, can I affect the flames? Like, just for pizzazz, can I, like, make it, like, do a poof or something and just say, speaking of this, and, like, the flame grows a little bit, and say, I have some questions if you don't mind. Oh,
Absolutely.
before the questions, I'm sorry. We have some friends waiting in the hall. I don't know if you're comfortable with more people in here. Just kind of, it's our group. I don't want to pressure you. It's just our second time meeting, you know.
He looks around and he says,
At this point, we're all on the same side, and I don't think it matters all that much. If your gods are gonna kill me after this, they're gonna kill me, but it's gotta be done.
Can I do like a really cool whistle, like you know, to like signal to them?
you put 2 fingers in your mouth. You do the wee wee.
Yeah. Hold
Yeah.
on, perform.
I can't do it either.
I cannot. Rick
13.
knows that that's the sign for default.
Like struggling.
13.
Fuck. Hey guys, you can come in.
And Rick's like, yeah, that's definitely your Rix's. Let's go.
So, a question about hourglasses.
Rix's, let it go. We don't have time to be thinking about hourglasses.
He goes, oh, you like hourglasses? And he holds up like a little necklace hourglass that he has
Holy
on.
fuck, that's sick. Do I see a little kobold running around?
No, not at this point in history. You see like a shadow in the corner of a fucking lizard just on the
Dagger?
wall.
Dagger's not a lizard.
Well, he said shadow, so I immediately thought.
Of a lizard.
Oh yeah, that's Rowan. Yeah. Bet that guy's a shithead.
But yeah, I think Rowan, in your Ixus's mind, you see a little necklace.
Huh.
He's got it.
That's pretty cool, actually.
So, all of you walk in. You see this giant kind of huge red and tan octopus-scaled creature, like 25 foot tall. Huge kind of octopus face with tentacles coming down, big kind of greenish blue eyes. You see kind of steam coming off of his skin. And as you guys look around the room, you see there's a ton of technology in this room, and almost all of it is steam powered.
I guess this is your Ix's.
Actually, Eurixus, roll me another perception check real quick.
Okay, normal. No guidance.
You can guidance, that's fine.
Fuck yeah.
And this is sight, so you'd have advantage.
Oh, yeah. Not medicine. Perception. Oh! 32
Okay.
plus 3.
You kind of look around the technology of the room and then the corner, and you see in one of the far corners this huge kind of like almost like giant steel like distilling tank. You know what I'm talking about? Like one of those
Yeah.
giant silver tanks that like heats from the bottom. And you see a fire underneath that is bright white and lined in black, but just one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go back now that everyone's in, and I'll make my hammer glow a little bit, and then I'll point it, because it can be a one-hand weapon, because I'm so fucking strong and
Yeah.
cool. I want to point it with one hand at that, and I want to say, if you're comfortable, I've already told everybody here, I'm sure you have a sense of what I'm about to ask, but I have a few questions about myself and my father.
He kind of looks at the hammer and he looks at where you're pointing and he says,
Well, I'll answer what I can, but I'll tell you this now, that fire over there, that was a gift from who I guess is your father.
And if you don't mind me asking, what's your relationship with him?
Well, in a time before any of us had to worry about wars over people, your father and I were very good friends.
Yeah, sorry.
We had to, with the war between the gods and the primordials, we had to make our friendship a little bit less known. But we've never been at odds with each other. He taught me a lot of what I know, and I taught him a lot of what I know.
I had a few things I wanted to ask him, but I fucking blanked. Now I'm here. I guess I'm nervous. I'm like sweating. Your ex is like sweating. And like, holy fuck.
He pulls his collar a little bit. He goes,
yeah,
"Woo!
Woo! Yikes, jinkies."
If it helps you think,
Is it
clearly,
hot in here, or is
think
it
of an
just me?
hourglass.
Oh, hourglass. Speaking of, I wanted to ask if you maybe knew of my mother and why I was kept hidden.
Why did you go from hourglass to mother?
See, there's
How
two
did you
sides of an hourglass, and when two people love each other very much,
All right.
they make
just
a grain of
just go on
sand.
with your
Yeah.
tangent. Just go on with your tangent.
No, I want to ask him, do you maybe know about my mother and why I was kept hidden for so long, and maybe why he's reaching out to me now? Kind of looks like boobies. You know what? Yeah, Car's right. Because I think we established last time we were talking that I am probably the hidden child. DM, I know you and I talked about it. And that's what I assumed, as well as what it kind of seems like as I was reading it. But I could just be completely wrong, honestly. So I guess it's you.
So what exactly is your question?
If he knew about my mother, like who she is, and why I was exiled. Like
If he knew about your mother,
which was the goddess of like the Fey realm or something. I'm sorry, I need to reread it. She was very nature, I think. Final Stone known as Heart Killer. His mother's death. Oh, my mother. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to reread this. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. But if you will, I mean, I guess so. You're asking simply if he knows who your mother was, and then why none of this was told to you.
Yeah, why wait until the day before I die? Like, what I could assume would be the day before I die.
Okay. He looks at you.
Twilight Vale. Yeah, Mother's Curse. Yeah. I was right. The Twilight Vale is where I was. Lanix's is Adam's son. I believe that's who I thought I was, right?
What? Who? What?
Dude, there's so many words here.
Yeah, slow it down.
I'm
step
sorry.
by step.
Is my mother, I guess above game so I can center myself, the one who cursed me with the Twilight Veil, like why I was hidden? Twilight Spirit.
Okay, yes. So this to take it full circle.
Yeah.
Euryxis was a child of Annam and a Archfey.
Archfey. That's where I got.
An Archfey, right? Corey will tell you, instead of just having the conversation, Corey will tell you that your mother was known as the Queen of Air and Darkness.
Queen of Air and Darkness.
He originally usurped Oberyn's throne in the Court of Winter and ruled for a while.
What throne? I'm sorry. I want to write this.
The Winter Court.
Winter Court.
The Unseelie Court is also what it's called.
Oh shit. Okay.
She supplanted Oberyn and ruled for a long time. Eventually, Oberyn and Titania came back and killed her. They did not know that she had a child, so she put the Twilight Veil on you so they could not find you.
Oh, and so I can assume that's why he hasn't reached out to me, because I'm hidden, so nobody
Yes,
can.
because
kill
the
me.
second you know, if you were in a situation where you were living your life, there would be very powerful archfey that want you dead.
Oh. Yeah. Oh fuck. As he tells me this, I'm gonna look at people and be like, "Hey, don't say shit, please." Okay. That answers a lot of questions. Oh fuck. And that's all he's gonna say before I ask another question.
Sure.
I want to ask. I've never really known. Well, I guess before I ask this, like as a cleric, and I studied religion my entire life, blah blah blah. I studied multiple religions because of my temple. Would I know what happens to a demigod, like of my standing, after I die in the mortal realm? Or would I
Generally,
ask that?
whenever ASMR die, as few as there have been in history at this point, right? There's not a lot of them. Usually, when ASMR die, from what you know, they, instead of being given the option or the going to the afterlife that like they deserve or whatever, they usually end up in the service of and spending a good amount of time in the domain of their parent,
Oh, and like
becoming
working for
some
them.
kind of an emissary or a champion of sorts.
Okay. Then. Oh, okay. Then I guess I'll ask him, what can I do with this power given to me and this knowledge given to me to help us turn the tide, as well as, I mean, maybe your device. In your opinion, like, what do you think?
He kind of looks at you. He says,
It's hard to say until you're in the moment, but that fire I've been alive for a long time, and that little bit of fire you see in my corner has supplied me with millennia of power, and you have much more of it than I do. You use it right, you can genuinely harm them. You may not be able to kill them, but you can send them back where they came from. You just might have to go with them.
I think I'm okay with that. Okay. I want to ask him, do you think you'll die here after the events of tomorrow? Do you believe that you will die?
he says,
Maybe so, but it's hard to say. My people are not like yours. We're forces of nature. The world does everything it can to keep us alive because we tend to be important to it functioning. So, it's not for me to say, really.
I want to thank him for being a friend to my father, and I can tell that he genuinely cared about him, and in turn me, because like of my bloodline. And I want to like kind of put out my hand and like ask to walk forward towards him, if that's possible, and see if he allows me.
Yeah. You see, as you put out your hand, he walks forward towards you, and he takes you up in a hug.
Okay, well, I'll hug him back. And I want to tell him, I don't know. Aw. I don't know what events will lead to the future, or anything that we can do here, or what's going to happen to me. But I believe that you have the power to live and continue with everything you're doing. I want to look around at his work, and I want to say I am so impressed, like genuinely from the bottom of my heart. I've been a worker, a builder my entire life. This is what I love. Besides religion, this is everything to me. And I want to pull out my ritual blade, and I want to try to put a small part of, like, I don't know exactly how it work or whatever.
Here,
but I want to put
as
my
you
feeling into
yeah,
it.
as you pull out your knife, It's kind of a long. It's basically a short sword that you keep on your side. You pull it out and you start trying to pray and focus on. And Corey says,
Oh, that's not gonna work with the bomb in here. But here, let me help you.
and he kind of reaches down. He puts his hand over yours. He's gonna roll a dice. Okay. Your ritual blade now gives you resistance to cold damage.
Holy shit. I wanted to give it to him, actually.
He's as you like hold it out to him, he goes,
You can give it to me when we're done.
Okay. I won't bow halfway. I'll bow like a quarter, like just out of respect. But I feel like I think I have a position now to where I won't ever have to bow because of who I am. I guess I think I'm kind of starting to realize that I'll just nod my head instead of bowing. Like
yeah, you see he bows probably lower than you do, and he says,
Let's do what we can to make sure all the stuff that your father made wasn't for nothing.
Yeah, and let's make sure all of your work here in the volcano doesn't, well, go up in flames.
he nods. He kind of turns back and you see him slap a couple of finishing parts onto this creation. He holds up this weird kind of circular with like spikes looking explosive. It looks pretty small in his palm, but it's pretty big for you guys to hold. It's like about the size of a human head. And he holds it. He kind of holds it down towards you, Asilla, and he says,
It's the same way as everything else we built. You know how this works. Don't activate it until you're in the room.
He says,
I think I may not be there tomorrow night when you guys begin, but I have a plan to maybe turn the tides a little bit.
He does look around. He says,
I know Estok is with Malkador. I talked to him, but I just want to get the okay from everybody. Is everybody okay with me spending the night to work on your mech soldiers?
I don't see any reason why that's an issue.
Yeah, I'll ask him if he needs any help since I'm fairly good with my hands.
yeah, he looks, he says,
It'd be pretty welcome, actually. I think we're gonna try and super eat the weapons of all of them.
Fuck
Whatever you can do to give us an upper hand,
Kaiju
that's
battle.
be greatly appreciated.
yeah. And he didn't just mean the big mechs, he also meant the mech soldiers. So he wants to essentially give them all like steam blades like Estok has and stuff.
Stuff, yeah. I guess I want to be here at night when you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
are
you
done.
can help when you have free time. It won't eat it into too much. You guys together will be pretty quick.
Well, that
Yeah, Scylla can stay and help you. Of course. So any other questions for Corey?
that's all the questions I have, and I think as I like turn around to leave before like I come back or whatever, I want to ask him just like out of the blue, like, hey, do you like dead things, or like do you care for like what's going on upstairs? Like I have this, I want to pull out Daniel's head and be like, I have this. I don't know if like you want it, like research. I don't really know what you do here.
He says,
I got quite a disdain for undead creatures most of the time, and I know, I've met Seamus and stuff. He's all right, but most of them are not my cup of tea. I think they should all kind of just be eradicated.
Dead. Yeah, and then, yeah, me too. And I shove it back in the bag like forcefully.
he says,
I'm not much of a doctor, but one of you may be able to do something with that.
Yeah,
Has Rick ever met Corey before?
I don't know actually, because Corey wouldn't have been around much during the Raven Queen War. It really is kind of up to who Asilla would have introduced to him. Corey was helping like behind the scenes and stuff.
I guess that's up to her then if I've
I wanted
met
him
Corey
to
or
give the
not.
sword to Rowan, actually. I wanted to give the ritual blade to him that he could pass on to Rowan.
If Vasilla didn't introduce anybody to him, that's fine. It is what it is.
I don't have 12 copper pieces.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's-
So I
it's
guess
fair,
not.
it's fair. I guess Rick just says, "Well, Corey, it's been an honor to meet you. I wish it could have been under different circumstances."
He kind of nods and he tips his head to you. He says,
It's an honor to meet you too, Rick. Your reputation precedes you.
And that's what people tend to say.
Your daughter's an interesting one. I met her
Yeah,
on
that
the
she is.
way to the ship. She's a character, but I think she'll be okay. There was
Yeah.
one concern.
But yeah.
There's a questionable fella on the ship. I couldn't tell if he was undead or not. Tall, pale-skinned fella had a fur coat on.
Well, unfortunately, it's out of our hands now, and all we can do is hope.
Yeah. I think she'll be alright, but he set some alarms off with me. He's a weird fella.
I'm not much of a religious man myself, but I do feel like an old friend might keep her safe.
kind of
Hoping.
nods and he says, yeah. He says,
Yeah, well, you're right. At least they're not here.
That's for the best.
Would Isha, being a Kinku and a necromantic wizard, recognize the characteristics of that dude? Maybe he's...
well, Estog met him earlier at Strahd.
Oh. Okay, well. I don't know.
Yeah, Strahd, Vampire Lord.
Yeah. Was he on our side?
Did
He
you
never
say his
helped you at
name
all.
Did you say his name is Strahd Vampirewood?
No, I said Strahd the Vampire Lord. His name is
Oh.
Strahd von Zarovic.
Zarovic said.
For some reason, I just thought you said his name was Strahd Vampirewood, and I'm like, whoa, hold on.
Vampire Wood is fucking
That's
hilarious.
a little on the nose, bro.
That's fucking hilarious.
Who's Strahd? Am I drawing a blank here?
Strahd, he's the
When did
Curse of Strahd module. He owns Barovia.
I think we met him in the first session of this.
First section. God, that was so.
No, it wasn't the first. It was the dinner party right before everything went
Oh,
bad.
right before.
Yeah, Estog met him for a moment, and Estog was like, "Wow, you're creepy," and he was like, "We're both murderers," and Estog was like, "I don't eat people."
I do remember that.
Fuck.
I remember that because DM said specifically that he was a vampire, so I do remember that.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I don't remember if that was any red flags or not, but thank you for the info. Cool.
I mean, he put off quite. He talked about his how he enjoyed eating innocent people. To
Oh,
Estog.
hold on. Isn't Rick also technically undead?
Kind of. Kind of. It's hard to say. You're still alive,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, not quite. Yeah, I think you would still count as a living humanoid.
Okay. 'Cause I was trying to remember that conversation we had, like before this even started. This flashback.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think even with Rick's lineage of like, I guess I could say a Rick's lineage of like he's a planar walker because like one of his relatives is kind of like a great old one.
Mm-hmm.
He's still a person.
Word.
I know it's my court.
But no, yeah, that was a whole thing. You guys, or at least Estok met Strahd for a minute. But it seems, yeah, he didn't help you guys at all, and it seems like he just dipped out first chance he got.
Damn, and he got pest bodyguards too. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else for Corey, Mr. Corey here, besides when I come back and help him.
Fair enough. Anybody else got any other plans they want to do real quick? Anything off the top of their head? Yeah, you guys say bye to Corey and head back out. He goes back to work. You see he starts kind of... Scylla and Urexes can see. You see at this point he starts... while he's waiting on mechs and stuff to approach, he seems to be working on weapons of some kind that he uses. One of them is like a huge staff that has like a cannon on the end that seems to shoot like large lead balls with steam.
What kind of specialty arrows can I get my hands on? I'm assuming having to buy them is not much of an
Corey
issue
has,
right now.
I mean, Corey has a lot of magic items in
legend
here. If
code?
you guys want to do a little shopping real quick, I mean, he's not going to charge you anything to take a few things if you need them. Do you have a specific arrow type you're looking for, like a specific type of damage or effect?
I was just thinking just like whatever kind of specialty arrows there could be. You know, whether I have 6 flame arrows, I could always have more, but also stuff like maybe explosive arrows or ice arrows, just anything that could be of a help.
Yeah, he would for sure have like powder arrows and stuff that do like kind of like grenade damage. He would have a few of those if you wanted them.
Fi is like perking up in the back.
Yeah. If you want, you can put three explosive arrows.
Okay.
They do regular arrow damage, and then they do an additional 66 in a 10-foot radius.
Would he have any scrolls, like spell scrolls? Just
Spell scrolls. I mean, he's a caster. Let me think.
Arrow
He wouldn't have any crazy high level. Do you have a specific spell you're looking for?
no, just so I don't have to use my own spell slots, and I can use them for other things. Just any damaging, perhaps. I think that's probably what I'd be looking for. Damage spells. Because a lot of mine are concentrate. I have a lot of concentration spells.
What the fuck am I spelling? We can't see. Zoom in here.
Actually, does he have? Can I do 6th level?
He only has up to 5 because he's an
Damn.
artificer.
'Cause
At least he can cast higher, but those are the scrolls he can make.
Okay, well, never mind that. Because I wanted to try a otherworldly form to see what that would be. Because I'm a demigod.
You
maybe
can just
that'd be
prep
cool.
that as a cleric.
Yeah, but I already did the long rest, and I didn't want to go back and be rude. But
I don't really care. If
Okay.
you guys haven't gotten to combat, I don't really care.
Okay. Then I want to do that just because I want to try it.
He has a few spell scrolls that you guys can split up between yourselves. He has one Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound,
Ooh.
one Autoluke's Resilient Sphere, and then one Big B's Hand.
Big B's hand. I think the hound would be good for Tearsong.
In any of the situations that we're going to be coming up on, would the spell Death Ward be useful at all?
Death Ward's always useful in any combat.
If no one has Death Ward on their
I have Death
spell
Ward.
list, we should probably also just take some scrolls just in case.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have any Death Ward spells, but I know that Urexes can cast
Could
it, and
I
I think
make it?
Tearson can also cast it.
Okay.
Being a level 20, could I make one?
Yeah, you just have to burn the spell slot. That's how you make spell scrolls. You still have to cook the spell slot when you make it.
Yeah, I could make one because I have 3 level 4 spells, and I don't have anything else in level 4 besides banishment that I would use anyway. So I could make one, and then I can use one. So that'd be
If you
2.
wanted to, but my thing with that is that's fair. But I mean, if you're gonna do it, then like you can only channel divinity up to like level 3, right? That's what it is.
No.
It wouldn't be any different than casting the spell.
Okay.
I mean, you could still do it, but like the reason for spell scrolls is to make the scroll and then like have a long rest and then still have the scroll after. You know what I mean? So like it's
I was
useful
just saying,
now.
like, for like someone
Now,
to
if we
go
want,
on.
because this is kind of a fluid session, I will allow you guys to go back before the long rest, and you can all like make one spell scroll. I can allow that before you
I
rest.
can
Because I
do
know.
channel divinity for 6 levels, twice.
Okay.
I think that's what this says. Number
Well,
of times you can use.
what I was gonna say either way is
level.
for all the casters, if you want, we can go back prior to long rest. You can all make like one spell scroll of your choice before you long rest, because I know people had leftover slots.
Yeah.
The only thing I was gonna bring up about someone having Death Ward scrolls, like someone who doesn't have access to that spell, to have the scroll just in case.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's a good
can
point.
do it if you want. Or
Well, Death Ward also lasts 8 hours,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like something you cast way before battle and just kind of stays on.
well, who is there somebody in our party who doesn't do command or concentration? Because I can give them like summon celestial. 'Cause it's a
Everybody's
fifth
got a
level.
mix of concentration and
Everybody does. Damn. Okay.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. Never mind.
And there is a rule that above certain level spells, if you're not a caster, you can't use spell scrolls above a certain. I think it's like fourth or fifth level or
it's a
something.
Fifth level, so
Yeah.
I guess. So.
Just because, like, Neris may be good at throwing hands, but if you hand him a wish spell, like, what the fuck is like, he's not gonna know.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could do Revivify, Life Transference, and Death Ward. I think would be my best.
I also have Revivify.
Yeah, I have it prepared so I can use
Now,
it, but
I do want to say you guys don't know how well revivification magic is gonna work here.
that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Nor will
You
it.
guys haven't had to use it or tried to use it yet.
Especially with the diseases.
Well, would True Resurrection work then?
It's a 9th level spell and I have it prepared, so I can try it.
Yeah. Again, it's possible, but you don't know the extent of which it will work too.
But yeah, like
So, like, for all you know, because of what's going on, maybe True Resurrection brings somebody back, but it brings them back as some kind of fucked up undead creature that's still going to die in the end anyways. It just gives them a little longer. You don't know.
I mean, I think Life Transference for
Transference is a really good spell.
Yeah. I could give that one to Nathaniel, or Death Ward I could give to anybody who wants it. It's a 4th level and Life Transference is a 3rd level, so that one's easy for non-casters.
Damien, isn't Death Ward something you use a lot?
Typically, yes. With this character, no.
Yeah, it's not concentration, so you just cast it and it's there for 8 hours, so it's... And they
Pretty
can
good.
be one shot. Like, if it does not deal damage, like if it's an insta-kill, like powered kill, they can't... Like,
Yeah.
powered kill just fizzles.
They can't be dropped to 0.
So, I can do that, or Nathaniel if you would like life transference, which you take 4d8 necrotic and you heal that to whoever you want.
Can you explain it to me?
Yeah, I'll read it out to you. You sacrifice some of your health to mend another creature's injuries. You take 4d8 necrotic damage, which cannot be reduced in any way, and one creature of your choice that you can see within range gets that number equal to twice the necrotic damage you take. So even more. It's twice that damage.
And not only that, Life Transference has a weird thing where you can actually use it on yourself.
Oh,
You
because
hurt
it's
yourself
twice, so
with
you can
heal?
heal more than... Yeah,
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's sick.
Because
I
it just
didn't
has
know
a creature, not another creature.
that. Yeah, and it's instantaneous, and it's 30 feet, so...
Yeah, I'll
And-
take it.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
take life
a
transfer.
tank technically, so you would have the highest health besides me, I think. I think I have the second... No, I'm like the 3rd highest, so... unless y'all would want Death Ward, it's up to y'all.
No, I'll take life transference. That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Works. I mean, there is 2 people
Call
in
an
the party that
ambulance,
do
but
have...
not for me.
Isla, do you have a preference?
Yeah, I would say everybody who's a caster here can make a spell scroll. That includes Rick, that includes Attila, Tirsan, Masiri can make one. Isha can obviously make one.
Does he? But he has some to like if we want to like bulk buy a bunch of them.
Well, he gave you guys the 3 he had. These are you guys
Oh.
making scrolls.
Okay, I was gonna ask if there were like any gift of alacrity spells.
I don't have a whole lot of spells to choose from, and I think some of them I can't make scrolls for because they're like class-based.
What do you mean?
Like the banishment that says Horizon Walker on there, and then like protection of good.
Oh no,
and
that's
evil.
just where it comes from. You can still make spell scrolls of that.
Oh, okay. Even like Misty Step, Invisibility.
Yeah, any of those. Yep.
Okay, cool. So I have spells like that if anyone wants a scroll for some things like that.
Yeah.
You also have one level 5 spell that is fucking crazy. I don't know if you've read it. It's called Steel Wind Strike. That's like a straight up anime move.
Okay. So if anyone wants a Steel Wind Strike scroll, I can give them that too, which does a lot of melee stuff.
I can
Yeah,
ask you.
read them what it does.
So it says you flourish. Can I just like post it in the chat so they can just read it themselves?
I got it. Steel and strike. You flourish the weapon used in the casting and then vanish to strike like the wind. Choose up to 5 creatures you can see within 30 feet. Make a melee spell attack on each target. On target, on each hit, each target takes 6d10 force damage, and then you can, Jesus, teleport within 5 feet of one person you hit or missed.
Holy shit! And force damage usually cannot be like half.
Force damage is the least resisted damage
besides
in the
psychic,
game.
right?
There's no even more so
Even
than
more?
psychic.
Holy shit!
Yeah, there's only I think rules is written. There's only like 13 creatures with force resistance.
If anyone wants a spell slot, I mean, a scroll for that, then
There's a
I
con.
can do that.
There's a concentration or just a use.
I think it's just a use, isn't
No,
it?
it's just an instant. It's just an action. One action.
Rixie's, yeah, I can use spells
Oh,
as.
you can. Okay, then yeah, maybe.
Yeah, in this form.
Yeah. Yeah, in
Yeah,
Neris, I
you
think
guys
I'm
got a long rest in. What we're doing now, Maddie, is we're going back. This is just prior to the long rest you guys got to use some of your leftover spell slots to make a spell scroll.
Can you say what those 3 spell scrolls we got from Corey so I can write it down? We can give him.
It was 1 Bigby's Hand.
Yeah.
1 Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound, and then 1 Otaluke's Resilient Sphere.
Alright, I think Faithful Hound should go to Tirsan. Bigby's Hand. Who could use it? Someone with high ground, which
for
would be
people that
like
don't know,
Estoc.
Faithful Hound creates an invisible dog right next to you, and any time an enemy enters your range, the dog, I believe, just attacks and does 4d10 damage. Just straight up 4d10 damage on anybody who walks up next to you.
It's like the Cleric Defender spell. Which one is it? Guardians of
Spirit
Faith?
Guardians?
No, Guardians of Faith. Where you just spawn them and they just... yeah.
Yeah.
That's a reaction thing, though, but yeah. Bigby's Hand. Someone with high ground. Isla can fly. Estoc, maybe? Because...
Either, Estoc or Rick having a way to lift
Rick,
themselves
yeah.
would be good.
Do you want it?
The way to fly, sure.
Bigby's Hand makes you summon a giant, like, ethereal hand. You can attack with it, or you can, like, pick yourself up, or all kinds of stuff.
You can pick others up as well, so you could pick Estoc up if you don't want to. Then, okay, so I'll give the Hound to... You okay with it, Tirsan, to use it? Yeah? Okay.
I mean, like I said, we're basically going by the rule that Isha is a level 20 wizard. You generally have access to most wizard spells.
Okay, then yeah, I wasn't sure before I confirmed or denied, but if so, I'll make some.
Okay, yeah, because I think that would be kind of crazy for any combat we would get into.
The Hound. I got a question about the Hound.
Yeah.
Does it go with you? Like if I spawn it in and I start moving, does it move with me?
I believe so. I think it goes in your area, right? Like 10 feet of you or
Let me
something?
check.
Because it takes its reaction to attack people attacking you. If I remember it correctly.
So is it attacking me?
Either that or
do they
you have to
attack
move
me,
it
or do they have to
individually.
enter the zone?
Hold on. You conjure a Phantom Watchdog in an unoccupied space you can see within range, where it remains for the duration until you dismiss it, or until you move more than 100 feet away from it.
So it just
So it
stays
does
there.
stay in one place. Yeah, but you can move within 100 feet of it, and it'll stay.
No, because I was gonna say, like, if it just stays by your side, I have the most movement, so I could like just zigzag through people and just fuck them up.
Yeah.
But if it just stays in
No,
one spot, then I'm like,
Yeah, it's like a guard dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think-
like for a caster that's going to generally be in the same area, it's better than somebody who's going to be sprinting around.
yeah, man.
Just an idea. Neris may be interested in the Otaluke's Resilient Sphere. Essentially, it's a spell that you throw at somebody. It encases them in a little orb, and they're stuck, and they can't leave. And then the orb only weighs 5 pounds, and you can do whatever you want with it.
Is that a Pokeball?
You don't say.
Okay, so I guess Neris
Pokeball from
wants
my
that?
Kraken, there's no size limit.
Hold on. It can only do I think up to large creatures, and then Maddie, you can't do that because the Disintegrate spell isn't actually on your list. It's from your gun. Yeah, it would have to be one from your list. But I believe Otaluke's Sphere can hold up to large creatures.
So what's that that Pokeball spell you were talking about? What is that? It just upholds
That's some S-Stock has, I believe.
Oh, that's the Iron
Okay.
Bands of Bolaro. Yeah, that's a thing he has. It's like a little sphere of like iron bands that he can throw, and they'll like handcuff somebody. Yeah. Resilient sphere. Sphere shimmering force encloses a creature or object of large size or smaller. An unwilling creature must make a dex saving throw. Failed save, it's enclosed. Nothing, not physical objects, energy, or other spell effects can pass through the barrier in or out. Though a creature in the sphere can breathe, it's immune to all damage, and a creature can't be damaged by anything going on inside or outside. But the sphere is weightless and just large enough to contain the creature or object inside. An enclosed creature can use the action to push against the walls to roll it, or you can pick it up and do whatever you want with it.
Okay, I'm gonna make the life transference one,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna give it to Masiri. Yeah, I'm gonna write all these down, by the way. So just let me know what y'all make.
Yeah.
Do you want me to add it?
I read it. I wrote it down, so you can add it later for me, so we don't have to do it all right now. I'm gonna give that one to. Okay, and anything else? We're making.
Did anyone want the Steel Wind Strike spell?
I mean, I could use it. Either that or
Could give you some
Neris.
mobility.
Yeah. Well, I have 3 face ups, but it could, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say that's the one you get like 5 attacks, right?
Yeah, it's just you as a spellcaster, you get 5 attacks, and each one does 60-10 force damage.
Does it add on to your weapon
Wouldn't
damage?
S-Stock?
I think the first melee attack still does the normal damage, but the following ones do not. I think it's just the 60-10.
Oh no, I think S-Stock will benefit pretty good from that. It's like, what, 4 extra more attacks with that?
Well, it's got to be melee attacks.
Oh, melee attacks, that range, okay.
Then I think it
Yeah, that's
should
my
be
bad.
me.
Yeah, it should be one of you two probably.
Okay, what's it called?
Steel Wind Strike.
Yeah, Steel Wind Strike.
I'll take it, Nurse.
Alright. I'll take my spell slot down.
Well, we're gonna take a long rest after.
Yeah,
this,
you're
so
gonna
don't
long
worry.
rest, so don't worry about marking the spell slots down for this.
Oh, thanks for the wiki down, by the way. I'll read that.
Yeah,
Cool spell. It's actually one of the newer spells. It's one of the last ones they added to D&D 5e.
Are you gonna make like counterspell scrolls?
That's something Isha's got to choose if he wants to have an extra counterspell or if he wants to use this on a Gift of Alacrity.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds sick as fuck.
Gift of it's a level 1 spell, just lets you add a D8 to initiative. It's not that crazy. It's pretty good, but it's I mean Isha's got a lot of high level leftover spell slots. A really high level counterspell in the pocket could never hurt.
I was gonna, yeah. I was
Like
thinking
even 4th or 5th, like. Cause
Well, I think Isha has an extra 9th level slot.
holy shit. Well, cause since I'm a 9th level caster as well, I could use that, right?
Wait,
And I don't
So-
use my reaction for anything else.
I could give somebody a shape change?
Yeah, if you used your turn, like your thing for that. The one thing though is that above a certain level, the spell scrolls start to cost gold, and it's a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, I'll give to the cause, bro. You can have mine.
Yeah, what good's our money gonna do? Can't take it with
I
us.
believe to make a level 9 spell scroll, it's 5k a piece to make
Oh.
one.
Holy shit. Oh, I got 13, bro. Well, I have 22 platinum. How much?
So what is a platinum equal to? Is it
Each one is 100 gold, so that's 2200.
Yeah, so
I have 66 platinum.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's 6,500.
Uh,
That's one spell scroll of a level 9 spell.
I'm just under. I think I'm at 3,600 gold.
Yeah, I'm at
Anybody
30.
got some
I'm at
spare?
35, so I can. You and I can make one.
Yeah. Normally in D&D, platinum is only worth 10 gold, but in this time period, it's worth more.
Okay, check. Yeah. So we could.
What about
we could
my
put all of our
investment
money
in Astral X? Did that go up at all? It's
I'm
gonna be
trying
like
to see
1,000
what's
years.
a good level. What's a good spell to give you for a counter spell?
So sure. Right.
I know, that's why I'm looking.
Yeah, basically, like levels 1 through 4, they'll be free to make scrolls for, but 5 and up will cost some amount of gold.
Hmm.
No, I mean, what else are you guys gonna spend your gold on, right? But
Yeah.
there's one merchant still in the town. He's like, "Come buy my items, guys.
Prices.
Demon
We're in
killing
high
weapons
demand.
right here. Come get them."
You can use 2 fingers.
Why didn't you
100
leave with the
gold.
ships? Are you really this
I'm not
dedicated
gonna
to the
leave when
game?
business is hot.
You're
Yeah.
gonna die in 24 hours.
100 gold for a lesser healing potion? Are you crazy? Demand's
But I'll be
high.
rich.
Is high. Demand is high. What can I say?
I'll die a rich man.
I feel like at that point Rick would find him evil and just kill him so he could take his stuff.
Haste.
We need this.
Vampiric touch could be really good for Neris. Ask Neris.
It's
So you
war,
find out
bud.
he was the boss all along. That's actually Asmodeus.
And I just killed him with one arrow.
Daenerys, I have a question. Oh, okay.
No, I'm here. Just give me a second. I'm trying to find my voice.
You're good. I'm sorry.
Where did I put that thing?
These plagues are really getting to me.
They are. They are. I'm taking this very serious.
Yeah, there's at least
okay.
2 people in this party right now that are very immersed into this campaign right now.
They're feeling it.
Great role playing.
I sent them anthrax mail so they could really get immersed.
You're doing great. I was gonna say, how do you feel about having a vampiric touch for a scroll?
How long does it last, or is it just like a one-time use?
It is.
It's a one-time use attack. It does damage and heals you, however much damage you do.
Okay.
It's just a straight, like, it's not even like life transference. It's just like it's 3d6 plus 1d6 per level, and then you just heal that amount.
It's concentration based.
Mhm.
Okay. I think it might come in handy. But I was gonna ask, is there anything y'all have that kind of like bestows? So, because like all I have are my hands, right? And I do a decent amount of bludgeoning damage.
I wanna
Y'all
say
have that
Eurix
complete set?
has mentioned the otherworldly form spell earlier. Neris is the prime candidate for that
Yeah,
spell.
but he's not a spellcaster. It's a level 6 spell.
True. He would have to make a roll to use it.
What's the roll? I never understood that. Is it
It's an Arcana check of 10 plus the spell's level, so it'd be a 16.
16? What's your Arcana, Neris?
I mean, like, give me a second.
I don't think it's amazing,
My headcanon.
but if you had the
so.
spells, this is the thing. I have to check. Hold on.
It's self. It's a self spell.
It is self. Yeah.
I was looking at that too.
Right now, my headcanon for why Neris sounds this way isn't because of the illness and disease. It's because of that vinegar alcohol you drank earlier.
Anybody have the
Eating
enlarge
first,
reduce? Enlarge Neris? That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be good, yeah.
I mean, you could enlarge me in otherworldly form.
You have a wizard and an artificer. Of course, you have that spell.
Oh my god, dude! If I use otherworldly form and then you enlarge me and then I use Silver Strike.
My Arcana is a +2.
Oh, +2, so you need to roll at least a 14. Do you think you can do it?
Well, he has ways to re-roll failed rolls
Okay.
with key points.
I do have
He-
way
he-
to roll.
Yeah, he can spend 2 key points to re-roll a failed skill check
Then-
or saving throw.
Can I
You got
make
lucky?
that for him as well?
What does that do?
You
I
probably
can
have
read
to.
it.
You'd have to pick,
Okay, pick. Okay, let me read it for him
Yeah.
first.
unless you wanted to like spend another spell slot after to make a second spell scroll. You could do that.
Like
But for
after?
this is just the one free one. If you wanted to make
Is-
another one after, you could.
Okay.
Is that also a spell that Flash of Genius could affect with that roll?
Yes,
think so.
yes. It's,
Okay, so
it's
then,
an
yeah,
ability
like-
check.
So if he's even with just like 5 of that roll, just get Flash of Genius and he'll make it.
Actually, it's 6 for Scylla.
Oh shit.
Oh,
So
okay, it's 6.
uttering an incantation, you draw the power of lower planes or upper planes you choose to transform yourself. You gain the following benefits until the spell ends. You're immune to fire and poison damage for the lower planes, radiant and necrotic damage for the upper planes. You're immune to poison condition, lower planes, or charmed condition for the upper planes. Spectral wings appear on your back, giving you a fly speed of 40. You have a +2 AC bonus. All your weapons attack are magical, and when you make it a weapon attack, you can choose your spellcasting ability modifier instead of your strength of dex, which doesn't do anything to you. You can attack twice instead of once which would even boost you even more, right? It'd give you an extra multiple attack.
I'll have to check. I'm not sure the ruling on that, but I'll read up on that.
When you take an attack action on your turn, you ignore this benefit if you already have feature like extra attack that gives you.
There
extra
you go.
attack. Never mind. Okay. So it gives you a +2. You are immune to if you choose lower poisoned, if you choose upper charmed, and you would be immune to fire poison if you choose lower planes, which would probably be the best for us, or necrotic for upper planes, I guess. It's really your decision. But you get flying speed, and I think you grow.
What was the thing about the weapon? What about the thing about the weapon? What happens is with my weapons?
All your weapon attacks are magical, and when you make a weapon attack, you can choose your spellcasting ability modifier instead of your strength or dex for the attack and damage roll.
But your dex is higher, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say your dex strength's been better on that.
Actually, that worked out very nicely. 'Cause I am planning on making a big fire. So having immunity to fire will be fucking awesome.
I'm also immune to fire too, so I could be in there with you. Don't be scared. I mean, if you want it, I can do that instead of life transference. It's a level 6 spell instead of a level 3, so. Mr.
That'd be very awesome. But
Monsieur?
What?
You okay with me not giving you the life transference skill?
I don't care. It's up to you, man.
I'm gonna write this down.
Again, you could always make another one afterwards, and then channel divinity or spell slot back if you want.
Oh fuck yeah! I'll do that and give it to them both.
But yeah, we'll do that after. So the life transference won't cost you anything, but it will be 500 gold for the otherworldly form.
Okay.
And then
Did you
just
wanna
mark
do
off
the
one
shape
channel
change?
divinity is what it'll be.
That's fine.
Did you want to do the shape change, Ethan or Rixus?
I'm sorry. Let me mark this down really quick before I forget. And then I'll mark off 5 platinum. Okay.
Now, I just want to I want to clarify. Maybe I wasn't clear earlier. You also have to pay the gold cost of the level 9 spell too.
Yeah.
In addition to the
Yeah,
scroll
like
cost.
the 5K. Mm-hmm.
So
Well, no, that's 5k for the scroll cost, but the spell also has a spell cost.
Oh,
How much is that?
okay. 1,500.
Well, I have 1,500 on me.
We would need a total of 6,500.
65. Well, I have 1,700 plus 1,300, so I only have
3. I have 36.
Okay.
So we have just enough.
Just
But
enough
that means
between us
me
two.
and you both. Yeah.
For my money, I
Or I
have
can do
like
something other than shape change. So, what's it?
oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I'm poor.
You're a monk.
No, that's
For
right.
platinum, I have 66. For gold, I have 1,458.
Okay, so you have 6,600. So, well, even more than that. You have 7,600 or
Do
something.
we have a party fund?
Yeah, I would store everything in the middle and we can.
Generally, you guys had a bank account that you could pull from your jobs, but the banking system has kind of collapsed. I mean, if you guys wanted to go try and raid the treasury,
I mean, dude, it's a
My
possibility.
app isn't working, guys.
Yeah, can you just go around to everybody that works
My
in the church and
mobile
tell them to
banking
give me
app.
money? Yeah. All clerics, give me your money.
I know. You want to go rob the bank?
you're gonna start taking tithes from the living
cap.
soldiers.
It's for a better cause.
Reduce paychecks.
What was
Pay an entry fee for the ship.
before we
Here's the
decide
thing:
on?
there are large sums of money all over the city. You guys will just have to fight to get to them.
Hmm.
I'm fine with that. What was the spell Isha was gonna give us? That was another level 9, right?
I mean, I could. I know I'm making counterspell because
Okay, what level?
you never have enough counterspell.
Yeah, for sure.
The thing is, if Isha is using the counterspell, he really only needs a level 3 because his Arcana is so insane he's never going to lose.
Yeah.
Right? But if he's giving it to someone else, it probably needs to be a higher level.
Yeah. Mine Arcana's a +1, so I would lose. Unless it uses my spell save.
Isha could roll a natural 1 and still counter a level 9 spell.
Jesus.
That's how that works.
Insane.
Yeah,
The
so
task failed successfully.
I was gonna make like a 5th level counterspell.
That'll do it. It'll still be free in gold, or wait, it'll be 500, or sorry, 250 for 500 for a 5th level spell. Sorry,
I don't
so it'll be
use
250
reactions,
gold.
so I could take it. I don't know if anyone else has reactions or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
Now I will say, you haven't used reactions yet. You will use your reactions, fighting mages in close quarters with Mage Slayer
with Mage
because
Slayer,
because that
and
is
because I
that's
plan to be
relevant.
fighting up close, then never mind. Maybe it wouldn't be.
It might not be a bad thing to have an extra counter spell, but even the Mage Slayer, every time a mage casts a spell within a range of you, you get to just fucking wail on them.
Well, who's gonna be in the back then? Tirsan? And she's a caster as well, so that could work. Yeah. What's your Arcana?
Also, I'm not positive, but I think you should have one of your fighting styles should be like Tunnel Fighter or something. And if that's so, you can use a bonus action to enter a mode where you like hunker down and you actually don't use reactions to make opportunity attacks.
Tirsan's is a +10 to Arcana. Are you talking to me? I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Where's that at? In my feeds?
I don't remember. I am almost positive. I'll have to go back and check. I'll figure it out between this session and next. But I think that your Rixis has Tunnel Fighter, which allows you to use a bonus action. You can like hunker down into like a defensive stance, and then anybody who passes by you, basically anytime you would trigger an opportunity attack, you get to take it without using your reaction.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's broken. Me and Parrish, when I was playing my frog with waves, he played a paladin with Tunnel Fighter, and I Eldritch Blast, Repelling Blast, and you just ping pong people because it's infinite opportunity attacks.
I don't know what would you look at that.
How much would a level 8 spell cost?
I'm pretty sure it's tied to your hammer. I think that's where it comes from. I think it's tied to the magma maul, the original one.
Large maul imbued with fire and the giant forge himself. Magma maul.
Again, I'll check. I'll figure it out between this session and next.
Gives me
I'll
an
figure out where it
extra
comes from.
attack. Oh yeah, I'll figure it out. But yeah, shape change. I mean, I could use it, and then I'd shape change that something that could use my hammer as well, right?
You could. I think shape change says that equipment can grow with you. So.
Could I just shape change into a giant? Because it's something I've seen before, right?
Oh, you could.
And then I could turn into a literal fire giant, which is.
Oh, hold on. Your equipment doesn't change shape or size to match the new form.
Yeah, but fire giant could use my maul anyways, right?
It'd be tiny.
Maybe it's a bit small. Like it's
big
big for you.
Yeah, but it could be a one-handed. It's fine.
It'd be like a blunt knife. But I mean, it could work.
Yeah.
Maybe if there was some like other fuckery that happened, it could grow. But I don't think the spell by itself does it.
Can you cast Enlarge on the maul?
Yeah. Well, if we do enlarge, we just cast the person
and
enlarge with us.
Yeah, but I also don't know if enlarge works on objects. It might.
It's equipment if it's attached to you, I know, because I was thinking about using on rock, or someone used it on rock, and it. Oh, when you're a pebble, right? Your equipment also shrunk.
Tiny axe.
Yeah. So I know your equipment moves with it, so we might as well just use enlarge instead of shape change.
Well, they're kind of separate things because shape change can change you into any creature, not just large creatures. Yeah. But then enlarge would be something after the fact. But the thing is, the equipment either falls to the ground, merges into the new form, or is worn by it. If the equipment is worn, it functions as normal. So your armor would grow and function as normal. But the equipment, like the weapons, I guess, doesn't change the shape. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. Level 8. Level 8 is 3,500 just to make the scroll.
That Steel and Strike spell, that was level 5. I have to do a gold cost for that, right?
Yeah, 250.
Let me do that real quick.
Well, I wrote all the scrolls on so far. I gave otherworldly form to Neres. Did you give anything to anyone to someone? I don't think you did. You could give haste to someone.
Does anybody want haste? I know I gave vampiric touch to.
Or did we actually?
Yeah, she did Vampire Touch for Neris.
Yeah. Does anybody want haste as well, or
Well,
no?
that would take your actual spells. Well, you have your sorcerer, so you have sorcerer as well.
I don't know how useful haste
Now,
would be for me.
I do want to say, if you guys are keen on doing a level 9 spell, Isha might be the guy to talk to, because the level 9 wizard spells are all insane.
Yeah, I don't even know what they could possibly be from the room.
We'll go through and we have Astral Projection. It's pretty obvious. You have Blade of Disaster, which was used on you guys. Foresight, which is basically 8 hours. 9th level Divination. It says you touch a willing creature and bestow a limited ability to see the immediate future. For the duration, the target can't be surprised. Has advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. Additionally, everything has disadvantage on the target. So that's a pretty good one. There's Gate. Imprisonment. Which is pretty obvious. You can imprison some crazy shit. Invulnerability gives you, you are immune to all damage until the spell ends, and it lasts 10 minutes. You have Mass Polymorph. Change a bunch of creatures. You have Meteor Swarm, you have Power Word Kill, you have Prismatic Wall, which throws up a bunch of different colored walls that all do a bunch of crazy shit damage. You have Psychic Scream, which I have used a couple of times on you guys. You have Ravenous Void, which is a... you create a 20-foot sphere of destructive gravitation force centered on a point you can see within range. For the spell's duration, the sphere in any space within 100 feet or difficult terrain. Non-magical objects are destroyed. When the sphere appears at each of your turn, unsecured objects within 100 feet are pulled towards it. Any creature that starts its turn within 100 feet must succeed on a strength or be pulled straight towards the center. Any creature that enters the sphere for the first time or starts its turn takes 5d10 force damage and is restrained. If the sphere is in the air, the creature hovers. You can make a strength check to break out, and then a creature reduced to 0 hit points is turned to dust. Wizards also have Shape Change. They have Time Ravage, which a creature you can see within range rapidly age it. The target makes a con save, taking 10d12 necrotic damage on a failed save, half on a successful. If the target fails, it also ages to the point where it only has 30 days left to live before it dies of old age. This age state, the target is disadvantaged on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws, and walking speed is halved. Only the Wish Spell or Graded Restoration can, at 9th level, can reverse these effects. There is Time Stop, which stops time for, I believe, 1d4 plus 3 rounds. There is True Polymorph, which is... choose one creature, a non-magical object you can see within range, and you can transform that creature into a different creature. So even on enemies and shit, you can just turn them into something else. There is Weird, which summons a... or it says, drawing on the deepest fears of a group of creatures, you create illusory creatures in their minds. The creature in a 30-foot sphere must make a wisdom save. On a failed save, if they become frightened, the illusion calls on the creature's deepest fears, manifesting its worst nightmares as an implacable threat. At the end of each creature's turn, must succeed on a wisdom save or take 4d10 psychic damage. On a successful save, it ends, so it's okay. And then the Wish Spell.
Isha, you been hiding this shit from us?
Well, I've still yet to be like in initiative in a fight.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
Eventually, I'm gonna do something
He's just
special.
sitting there, he's like, I'm powering up, guys. Don't worry.
Get this man in a fight. Get this man in a fight real quick. Because those are crazy.
Isha, you want to rob a bank?
I mean, YOLO.
Fuck it. Says you're just the good guy.
Fuck.
I don't... Weird sounds really cool. If I'm being real, weird sounds so much fun.
They have a lot of good spells. Even like some of the level 7 and 8 spells are really good. You have like Reality Break.
Casual.
Dominate Monster is fucking actually crazy in this setting.
Would the people we're going against count as monsters?
Yeah, pretty much everything you guys have fought is a monster.
Then that could work.
Maybe we were the monsters all along.
Speak for
Yeah,
yourself.
because dominate monster just says a creature. It doesn't say
These
a creature
monsters
type.
weapon
It just says a
submissive?
creature.
As long as it's not humanoid, I guess. Or human.
Yeah.
I didn't know you was freaky like that, bro.
I think.
There's also some fun stuff like reverse gravity or simulacrum.
Simulacrum could be really fun, actually. S-Talk Simulacrum just shoots. Would it be okay to like think of this before next session, kind of thing?
Yeah, yeah. You guys don't have to necessarily decide
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Because I kind of want to read through and maybe talk to some people. That's cool. But I have the spells written down, so
No, you have to pick right now. You have to pick right now.
I can send the list of what we have. We didn't give S-Talk shit. He doesn't need it.
Well, I'm unironically probably, instead of making like level 9 shit, just pay the money in the spell slot to make a haste
No.
one for S-Stock.
Now, you could give Hestok Ace. You could. That'd be wonderful, right? There was one very little known spell in the game that Isha has. I know that he has access to, even if it's not on your list, because it's so weird and it like. This is like kind of a spell that Isha had a part in making, but it's called Tensor's Transformation. If you don't know what it is, you should look it up.
I don't know.
What if we just gave him jump? That'd be his height is already crazy.
That is true.
He fucking jump up
He
to the
just
building.
he jumps a mile straight into the air. Whee!
He just leaps the whole building, hurdles it, bro.
I didn't know he could do that.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no,
50
I think we should give this to him. Extra force damage, proficiency with everything.
Yeah. Now, and that force damage applies to every attack
Every
he
attack,
makes.
You can attack twice instead of once. But, he
Yeah,
already
that's
has
just the
that
extra
thing,
attack thing. Yeah, for.
But okay, I was about to say that's not another turn, right?
Yeah, but
no,
it gives a saving throw to exhaustion. Normally, it just gives it to you, right?
Yeah, and a
Oh,
DC
it
15
doesn't-
for him, whenever he also has proficiency in it, is not hard.
Yeah. I like this.
Yeah.
It's a really good
Okay,
spell for like damage dealers.
If you want to give it to S-Talk, man, I can write it down.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. I'll burn the slot. What is it, 6?
Yep.
Well, this would be your free one. If you want to make more, you can. But this would be free. 6, it'll cost you 500, but no spell
Okay.
slot.
Then yeah, fuck it. I'll make that one.
I was thinking about giving somebody feeble mind because I have just enough to do it.
That spell is
Cool.
fucking diabolical. That spell is
For
evil.
wizards, I think that would be pretty good.
Does anybody know what Feeble Mind does?
I've heard
I
of it.
feel like
but
I
don't
have some
remember.
context clues just based off the
Yeah.
name.
So,
Yeah,
Feeble
kinda
Mind
pretty much.
is an enchantment spell with a range of 150 feet.
Damn.
Instant, one action. You blast the mind of a creature you can see within range, attempting to shatter its intellect and personality. The target takes 46 psychic damage and must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the creature's intelligence and charisma score become 1. The creature can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. The creature can, however, identify its friends, follow them, and even protect them. At the end of every 30 days, the creature can repeat its saving throw against the spell. If it succeeds on its saving throw, the spell ends. It can also be ended by greater restoration, heal, or wish. So it makes somebody very dumb.
Yeah.
I'd like
And
to
then-
think it has 0 effect on Dom.
Any intelligence save spells we have, they automatically fail.
Yeah.
Because they have a minus, 5, 8, something like that?
Well, not only that, charisma as well. So like spells like banishment, they auto fail.
God. Command?
Yep, command
Yep.
is another one.
I have
those.
banishment spell.
I do as well. I have command and management.
Me too.
I have.
Now
enough
the
to
hard
buy
part is
an-
ensuring that somebody fails that intelligence save if they're like a wizard. But if you can make them fail it,
Yeah, what is the DC on that? Because it doesn't. It says
it's your
beyond.
spell save DC. It's whoever's casting it.
Okay, that's what I figured.
So I think Isha has the highest one. Actually, I think it's a 23.
Mine's 22. Let me check. Mine's 22, so.
Well, I have that one ready, or like for myself already.
Yeah.
So
Oh no,
if
Isha's at
somebody else
22.
wants
It
to-
might be
Mine's
one
also
of these at
22.
23. It might be Tirsan. Yeah, it's Tirsan.
Yeah, I'm a 23.
Ooh,
I am a 23. I can't lie. That would be pretty cool.
You go, you're retarded now.
Take that, wizards!
Vegetable.
Stupid bitch.
You guys see
Stupid
Ralathor roll up and you're like,
Retardicus.
you're like, haha, stupid. He goes,
Me has to go.
I
You
wanted
think
to
it-
use it on the Archmage. I don't know if he
Well,
would have even done.
I mean, he
much,
died
but-
once. You guys haven't met the new him yet, but
Give it to Amaro.
I think it'd be okay to sleep on it and like talk out of game.
Yeah.
If everyone's okay with that.
don't have to decide now. But it's in the running. It's a good spell. That spell, if it succeeds, it's fucking nasty.
I like it a lot. I'll also send all the stuff in the chat after the session so everyone can know what they have and who has what.
All right. All right. Any other things to finish up? Any other short plans you want to do? You guys will have a little more time at the beginning of the next session, but
Were we
anything
gonna-
you guys can think of.
Were we gonna head back to where Isha was?
Yeah. If you guys want to reconvene with Isha, absolutely.
He's just there by himself.
He's just
by
whistling.
himself.
He's
He's never
walking
been
down
here.
like the empty streets, just like
It's
whistling.
like, guys, I never came back. Where'd y'all go?
A couple of demons walk out. He just fucking pokes him with his staff.
He just goes, "I'm so alone."
I am so lonely.
But the Akon version.
Yeah, the sped up, the chipmunk version.
The one from Fleshed Away, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man,
the
classic.
slug, yeah.
The snail,
yeah,
the
the-
sl-
I haven't seen that movie in a long
It's a
time.
great movie, oh my god.
I often think of the frog mafia boss.
Oh, it's the rat, Biggie Cheese?
Yeah, Biggie
Yeah,
Cheese.
Biggie Cheese the goat.
And then the fucking. I run
Does
this
mine-
sewer.
Does my staff have an item card, or no? I don't know if it's magical. If not, I would like to look for one.
Oh yeah, it's definitely magical. Here, let me see.
Dude's just running around with a stick. Look at my staff, guys.
It is a. It's a +1 staff, 1d8, and then it does 2d6 psychic damage, and I think it adds. Yeah, it adds +1 to your spell save DC.
Okay.
That's why it's at 21.
I shall keep it.
All right. What about Asilla? Is there anything Asilla wants to do?
Don't think so.
Got it. All right.
I think you said.
Yeah.
I
fair
think you
enough.
said it as surprise with out the door, so she has.
Yeah.
Really do.
Fair enough. So yeah, you go check in. Everything's good for the most part. So unless you guys have anything else, we'll end the session there.
We're gonna pick back up. Going back to Isha.
Oh, unless you. Well, do you guys want to meet back up with Isha first?
I wanted to tell him about the Kinky thing and all that.
Sure. Yeah, you guys. Isha makes it back after his long wander. What are you guys doing as you reconvene?
I just go like, "So what have you been up to while we were gone?"
A lot of interpretive dance. I tried to take up pottery, but it didn't really work out because I just wasn't in the mood. What have you been doing?
Yeah, I guess that does check out with the current events.
I'm sorry about the pottery. Sorry it didn't work out.
It's fine. It was really on the end of my bucket list, and by the end, I was really just making stuff up. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Speaking
I
of
get
bucket
that.
list, I'm not sure if you ever had any thoughts or anything about this, but I thought about maybe calling your people the Kinku. How do you feel about that?
Kinku. I mean, it sounds nice. Rolls off the tongue. Sounds fun. What do you say,
Would've been
my
fun-
people?
It would have been funny if he was like, "The fuck, it sucks."
That shit garbage.
I thought maybe I would have one last go at the naming a creature thing before we all die a fiery death.
What makes you think it's gonna be fire?
I don't know, I'm just assuming.
Me and Neris went that way.
Icky, stinky death.
I was thinking more of the creeping black void death, but you know, fire's fine. It's fun. It's just not imaginative. That's okay.
But I've had it thought up for a while now, the Kinku thing, and I thought maybe before it all goes down, should just say it out loud.
What do you say? What do you say? People like me, like just me. Are there more of me?
I don't know, there could be. You never know with these things.
Just to be a turn to Rick, because I can. What the shit is it called? Exa, what's the wizard spell where you make another of you?
Simulacrum?
Yeah. Where the fuck is it?
Level 7.
Shit. In that case, I'm just going to do project image.
Okay.
To make, not even change it, it's just literally another exact carbon copy of me standing next to me.
Yeah. He's doing a little dance.
Now, when you say my people, does that include him? Would he be a Kinku? Or is it just me?
I mean, I guess he is a Kinku in some way. I know it's magic, but even if it's just you, I mean, there could always be more out there that we don't know about. Big world out there.
Interesting. Kinku. I mean, I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's flavorful.
Well, then from now on, that's what Kinku should be known as.
And Isha just sprints off in the opposite direction down a hallway, just screaming, Kinku!
Alright.
Can I scribe that down as well and draw Isha? I'm with his permission. I don't want to just because I know he hides his face and stuff. I want to. Are you okay with that, Isha?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay, then I want to scribe Isha and like his race pretty much, and I want to write Kinku under it in multiple languages, with help of everybody. That way, there's always a language that can understand Kinku. And then I want to.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then I want to either give it to a runner if that's possible, or not, just give it to Corey.
Yeah. Yeah, you're able to do that pretty easily. You fill it out. It's a pretty decent picture. You know, you're not much of a artist who draws most of the time, but it's pretty passable. It kind of captures the moment pretty well. Yeah. And you, whenever you finish, kind of walk it back downstairs, and Corey seems busy, so you just kind of set it on one of his tables and walk out. And that's where we'll end the session.
Nice.
Very good. So yeah, you guys put some thought into what higher level spells you wanna make some scrolls out of with the bit of downtime you guys will have, and everybody will be back next week, and it'll pick back up and be violent again.
And then we all burn.
So real.
Yourself, I'm immune.
Yeah, so
Burn
am
and die and have a horrible death.
Good session, everyone.
It was a good session.
I.